right now. We turning up the amps right now. Yeah, looking at the champs right now. Y'all know we can stand that ground. You been looking at the champs. That's the attitude. Got a little something that I gotta prove. From the bottom, we just doing what we gotta do. I put that crew on my shoulder, got a lot to lose. Yeah, going for that goalpost. Blowing through the red when the road closed. Y'all know we ain't quitting when we so close. And the victory is really what it's all for. Yeah, you looking at the champs right now. Turning up the amps right now. You looking at the champs right now. Y'all know we can stand that ground. You been looking at the champs. Yeah, I'm staying that ground. Yeah, y'all know you been looking at the champs. Yeah, staying ground, going through it, no cap. You been looking at the champs. Yeah, and y'all know you been looking at the champs. Yeah, I can throw the pride. Betting on myself, throw it all down. Yeah. You against me's lights out, and we can handle this right now. I'ma hit them with the one. We ain't getting tired, go the hardest. Two, gotta tap into where your heart is. Three, stand up for your people, that's for starters. And four, never sell yourself short on them all. Yeah, looking at the champs right now. Turning up the amps right now. You looking at the champs right now. Y'all know we can stand that ground. You been looking at the champs. Yeah.
Welcome to Viking Field on PC3 Media as we are live as the Valparaiso Vikings host the Penn Kingsmen. Greetings from the booth at Viking Field. I'm Brody Cosierra, joined by Johnny Clumpy and Devin Alsman. Before we get started tonight, let's take a look at our very own PC3 member, Gianna Zykost, as she interviews head coach of the Valparaiso Vikings, Bill Marshall. We'll be right back.
Welcome everybody to another season of PC3 Sports and Coaches Corner. I'm your host Gianna, and as always, I am joined by the incredible head coach of Valparaiso Vikings, Mr. Bill Marshall. Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely, and your first time today, so I also got to give a shout out to Brody though, because he was out at practice taking some pictures, but I'm looking forward to working with you.
Thank you. As we enter a new season, how did the off season go for you, Coach?
You know, I think the off-season was tremendous. We got an opportunity to take our kids back to a 3-day camp, a retreat, if you will, away from Valpo. Got to take their phones from them, which was even better. But, no, in all seriousness, I think it was a good time for us. It was a lot of hard work and effort and energy that was put into it, and this group has really risen to the occasion.
That sounds like a really great way to unplug and kind of bring the team together over summer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anybody that follows the Vikings football knows that you graduated a big part of your offensive production in Thomas Berta.
Yeah.
How did you replace that?
You know, we really have 3 kids that came to work each and every single day, kind of with that hard hat mentality. And, you know, Gage Finley was at the top of that list, but Cameron Smith and Troy Danzy have done a tremendous job as well. And again, we have maybe not an overly experienced offensive line, but we have a very big offensive line that's coming back. So we're looking for a lot of production out of them.
It's really great to hear you have like some really hard workers on you. Now, Kellen Hosack is coming into this year having a year of experience under his belt. What type of steps are you expecting him to take in his development this season?
Yeah, I think it's not just Kellen, but also our other 3 captains, and Caleb Hazlett and Ben Fedorchak and Brody Wheeler. I think they set the tone every day at practice. They set it with their mentality, the way they approach school and everything that they do. But in Kellen, to your question, I think he is very much more comfortable now in our office. To pick their walkout song, and they got the black on black on. So, kind of cliche in the it's how you look. I don't think that's always the case, but I know they're going to be mentally ready for it.
So they're going to go into it pretty confident.
I would say so, yeah. They've had a good summer and a good preseason to go ahead and have some confidence.
It's good to hear. As we wrap up, I have one more personal question for you. Our researchers have said that a win tonight would be number 70 for you. Is that correct?
I know you mentioned this before we started shooting, so that's news to me. Those definitely aren't the things that I keep track of, in all honesty. I could tell you probably every loss that we've had, and maybe that's just the way that my brain works. But if that's the case, 70 is just a number. What I think back on has been the 20 years that I've been blessed to coach the young men in our program and really be able to go ahead, in my opinion, and I think in our staff's opinion, take Valpo football from where it was to where it is now, which is some sense of prominence that we've had for almost the last decade.
That's good to hear. It sounds like it's a pretty special milestone in some sense.
Well, I appreciate it, but yeah, no, it is just a number, but we're excited for everything.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us, Coach. Good luck tonight, and we hope for number 70. Thanks for tuning in for this season premiere of Coach's Corner for PC3 Sports. I'm Gianna. We'll see you next time.
Boys and Girls Clubs get kids future ready. Club kids become our future doctors, business owners, military leaders, parents, and educators. America of tomorrow will be shaped by the way we support kids today. Together, we can open more doors to better, bigger, bolder futures for kids in our country. Because communities need club kids. The future needs club kids. America needs club kids. And right now, club kids need you.
So last year, these teams played in a shootout. It was a really fun one to watch. I was there as it was at Penn. The final score was 42-49, multiple touchdowns of over 60 yards. It was a shootout and a really fun one to be at. So, Devin, you have some of the numbers for us, and you can break down the statistical story of the game.
I do have some of the numbers. As Valpo, we know they used to like to run a lot. They ran the ball a lot. They had the leading time of possession with 30 minutes to 18 minutes. Yet they just were unable to come up with the win, losing to a final score of 49-42. And then if you go ahead and look at the passing stats, you got both Kellens were the quarterbacks. Kellen Hosack for Valpo had 296 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, while Penn's quarterback, Kellen Watson, had 102 yards for 3 touchdowns. And then if you go to the rushing stats as well, you got Berta, who led Valpo with 170, and Kellen Watson led with 291. So he was the quarterback, but he also was just running a lot as well. And then on the receiving end, you had the leaders in Julian Stokes and Tayshawn Bardo for both teams. But as we know, Valpo, 2 of these guys are gone, and then for Penn, all 3 of these guys, both of their guys that are talked about from the main last game are gone. So now they got new faces. the only returning guy from both of these is Kellen Hosek.
Yeah. And Kellen was great last year, as you talked about. Kellen Watson was a star track athlete. That's what led to his success running the ball. He was just so fast and was way quicker than anyone on the field and was able to outrun this Valpo team. But along with that, Tayshawn Bardo, who now transferred, as you see, had 3 touchdowns on only 4 catches, and a lot of those were he was going up for jump balls and catching them on people's heads. He was that good last year. But Penn lost that elite talent. So this year, they got to look to work around the losses that they've had on this offense and try to get going again if they want to play into a shootout like they did last year.
And both teams as well have lost some defensive players. Like Valpo have lost most of their safeties and cornerbacks, and then Penn also has lost multiple defenders as long as their offense.
Yeah, Valpo. Sorry, Brady.
No, you're fine. So I know last year both these teams they went in a shootout, 42-49. Valpo, I know you said, was coming back at the very end. Fans were leaving the stadium.
Valpo had a 70-yard touchdown as Valpo fans left the stadium, but Valpo hadn't got a stop all day, so it didn't really matter. Everyone still thought that game was over, and then it ended up Valpo got their stop and got stopped on 3rd down. Kellen got sacked, and they were this close to tying the game up and forcing overtime, but they fell short at the last second.
But last year, this Valpo team was very resilient, as we saw against Andrea, and they were down 21-0, almost entering in the half. And then we saw Juju Stokes. He revitalized his offense as he was like a 90-yard kick return, which really made the stadium go crazy. Everyone was going crazy. I know against Portage, too, they were also down, I think, at one moment. Yeah. And so this team last year was very resilient, but they lost a lot of key pieces like Berta. You lost Stokes. You lost a lot of the wide receiver, especially the secondary.
A lot of the secondary. This is an inexperienced Valpo defense. They returned a lot of the D-line, and then also the point to be made, their offensive line is almost entirely new except Alex Burkett, so that's another position of inexperience that this Valpo team has.
And Valpo, their defense as well, some of their linebackers gone, but a new piece, or not a new piece, but for this matchup, Ben Fedorchak did not play in last year's Penn game. He will be playing tonight for them. They'll be having some newer guys as well going in due to the loss of Brendan Gagan and a couple other players. So we'll have to see how that goes. But Ben Fedorchak will be a key piece tonight for Valpo.
Yes. So on the Penn side of things, they are looking to be fast-paced again. This is a team that thrives. They're going to return talent, even though they lost a lot of guys. This is a team that will pull in transfers and get top players from other schools. So Penn will be talented. Even though they lost a lot of that offensive talent that we talked about, they're still going to return some guys, and this offense will look to be electric tonight.
Yeah, and I know Valpo, too, definitely losing a lot of guys, but I know the morale and the hope of this team, it's led by Coach Marshall, as he's always, getting his guys up, always, making sure that they're, tip-top to play. So this is going to be a great matchup tonight.
Yeah, and then speaking of the guy who wasn't playing last year and now is, Ben Fedorchak, he will be our player to watch for Valparaiso tonight. He will be the main guy to look for, as he had a total of 6-9 sacks, I believe, last year. Tackles, sorry. Sacks would have been crazy if he 6-9 tackles, and that's missing how many games? He missed at least
He missed
2?
I think he missed about 4. I think he had a very major injury.
Yeah.
Might have been the shoulder.
He missed a decent amount of games and still was, I think, second or first on the team last year in tackles. So now he's going to be this veteran. He's also going to be one of the captains for Valparaiso.
He's also he's a very big competitor. He strives off of that. So coming to this game with all the hype around this game, being this home opener, being the season opener, being senior night, all of that builds up. All the fans are showing up. It's blackout tonight, so he's definitely going to be ready. The lights will not be too bright tonight. And
obviously, as Brody talked about, it's senior night tonight at Valpo, so they're celebrating a lot of the seniors all across the board, managers, the Vicat dance team, and the Valpo cheerleaders. But the seniors have a lot of leadership. That's what the biggest quality of this team. I mean, Alex Burkett is a senior on this offensive line, and he's got to be able to coach the guys around him up tonight, as he's the only returning offensive lineman to start. None of the guys around him tonight have started last year, so he's got to coach these guys around him. And then, obviously, not a lot of senior experience in the wide receiver core. And then Kellen is going to be the leader of the offense tonight. He's a senior quarterback. He has that year under his belt of varsity quarterback play where he was very good last year. and he's going to be able to lead this offense around him. And we talked about Ben Fedorchuk and his ability as a senior and the captain to lead his defense and be the quarterback of the defense.
Yeah, going back to Kellen, he has very great range, very great reading. He can read the pocket really well. He can read. He can get out of the pocket. He can scramble. He has very good mobility. So for him to have all of those coming into this game, that's going to be very well for Valpo, especially after his first year, where at some points he did struggle, but when he did not struggle, he had very good passes. So we'll see tonight.
And then as well, you talking about Kellen with his 3, but he's got 3 pretty much new wide receivers kind of as well that he's going to be passing to compared to last year, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Not entirely. Some of the guys have varsity experience. Jane Jansma is a wide receiver to look out for. He played a lot of corner last year, so he's played varsity football before. But this year he's getting that slide to wide receiver, so it'll be interesting to see how he can handle that change. But Jimmy Parisi ended up filling in for an injury-riddled wide receiver core that Valpo had down the stretch last year. And he ended up being kind of the wide receiver 3, had a lot of important catches. He wasn't making the big plays like the Julian Stokes was, but he would get you that 3rd and 8 slant route first down and keep a drive alive that somebody was able to score later on. So Parisi's got varsity experience, and he will look to bring that with him. His stats weren't amazing last year, only 11 catches for 145 yards, but it felt like all of those 11 catches that he had down the stretch last season were critical catches, even just as the wide receiver 3. And then Sam Bernard caught a touchdown last year. Obviously, it was in a blowout, but he's got a varsity touchdown under his belt. They have these guys, and they're working with varsity all summer and all of last year, so it's not like they've never experienced varsity-level competition. It is obviously different practice to a game, but they have practiced against varsity-level athletes for the last 2 years now. They will be ready to go tonight.
Also talking about the loss of Keegan Bagley, too, the tight end. In points of games, he could definitely go down the field, get you 10 yards, get you an easy first down. So that's another loss for them. Also losing Thomas Berta, having Gage Finley to come in, as he did last year. When Berta came out with that injury, Finley came in. So he has some varsity reps. I know he's also a little injured himself, so.
Yeah, then moving to the other team, you got Penn. Our player to watch for tonight for Penn will be Kenny Welsh. He is linebacker for the Penn Kingsmen. Last year he had a total of 40 tackles and 4 tackles for loss, so we'll see what he's able to do this year for the Penn Kingsmen.
Yeah, he brings veteran leadership to a very new group. Obviously, they lost a lot of senior talent. Obviously, they're going to bring in some transfers because Penn's able to do that. They have that ability to bring in, but it's still a new defense that's got to learn to mesh together, and he was 2nd in tackles per game last year on this Penn defense, so he's going to bring that experience and skill to a defense and rally a team that doesn't have a bunch of experience playing together as one whole group.
Kenny Welsh, I see he might be a big role tonight, so is for him, this is a very big game for him because you have to show out for your team. Your team is very inexperienced, so you have to show the tempo and show it early.
And it's not just going to be Kenny Welsh. You also have other captains for this team. It will be Vincent Freeman, Blake Ewald, Jeremiah Mitchell, Charles Henning, and Christian Bonner will all also be these captains for these teams, and we'll have to see how they do. None of them, though, are their quarterback. The quarterback is going to be new for this varsity, and have to see how he does against the Valpo.
So for Penn, very unexperienced. Also Valpo, very unexperienced as well. This is going to be a very good matchup as 2 unexperienced teams. The DAC is also up for grabs this year. With
So we have some players that we think will score today for both teams. My best guess would probably be Trevor Fodner because there's a lot of odds that the kicker scores some points today. But my real pick as a touchdown scorer, and I'm not going to say Kellen because obviously he'll probably be involved, but Troy Danzy, who is coming into the season as a backup running back, but we know this is a Valpo team that even though they might not have their starting running back playing every down, this still is a team that at their core and a program that likes running the football, expect any running back to have a good chance of scoring, especially with the way this team's going to play today.
For my pick, I have Sam Bernard. Had some great reps last season against that blow, as you already said, but especially filling that role for all the wide receivers that were lost. I think that he'll fit really well with the scheme and the offense. So I think it's a lock for him to get a touchdown tonight.
Yeah, and then I'm also Sam Bernard. You pretty much summed it up exactly. I think he will be getting a lot of these chances tonight, and I feel like Kellen will. I think Sam will be his main target, but we'll have to see. And then snake it back around. I think Landon Hall, the quarterback for Penn, yes, but I think it will be running. I think it will be a running touchdown. We don't have much, but last year we saw their quarterback running a lot. Yes, it was due to him being a track guy, but we'll just see how Penn manages him. Maybe this guy also runs. We don't really have much information.
And then my pick would be the captain, running back Blake Ewald. He's built well. He's going to be strong. He's going to be big. Expect him to be a force around the goal line tonight for the Penn Kingsmen.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Johnny. But do you want to do defensive? Do you want to do that now too? Defensive picks?
Yeah.
All right. For Valpo, for defense, I have JQ Bernardo. I think he will be great. I think he's going to get an interception tonight. I think it's bound to happen, and that's going to be my lock. He's very good. He's a junior only, so a little unexperienced, 5'10", 170 pounds. I think he had 30 tackles last year on JV, 30-40. So it's going to be a big step up for him tonight, but I think he can do it.
I want to be going with Brody Wheeler, linebacker for Valpo. We'll see how he does tonight, as I'm not going to take the easy Ben. I'll let Johnny go ahead and do that if he wants, but I'll take Brody Wheeler for Valpo.
Yeah, when we talk about this Valpo team, the one position on this defense where they have a lot of are playing guys who have played a lot of varsity time is the defensive line. They've got a lot of guys here who are playing a lot of who got a lot of reps on varsity last year. So for the defensive playmaker for Valpo, I will pick Lucas Peterson, defensive end. Look for him to probably wreak some havoc on Penn's quarterback tonight, and expect him to blow up some drives for the Penn Kingsmen and help this Valpo defense out tonight.
So let's recap now Valpo's last season. As they came into the games, they came into the easy ones that they could have, that they know they could have came out on top. They did that. They executed. And it was all up to the Maryville and Crown Point games that were very important that they honestly just got, blown out on. And those games were not good at all. And it was a tough watch for Valpo. But for these opening games, if you're Valpo, you definitely have to win them to get the momentum going into these Crown Point Maryville games, as these are the most important for the DAC.
Yeah, and this is an important game on Valpo's schedule every year. It's either you have to go to an hour bus ride to Penn and play a team that you know is going to be good, or it's your senior night. That's how the Penn games lay out for Valpo every year. So this game is important regardless. And last year, as we talked about, they played them so close and just missed out on a win. So they want to get that revenge tonight. They're coming off a good 8-4 season, and Valpo was nearly on top of the DA, was finished third in the DAC last year with a 5-2 record. But this is a good team. Obviously they lost some pieces, but they should be good, and they want to get that win versus Penn on senior night and make up for the close loss they had last year.
Yeah, and then Valpo will be having a schedule change, unlike last year where they played Andre in their second game. This year they'll be going to play Brother Rice in Chicago, so we'll have to see how they do. That will be an away game, though.
These are two very tough games to open the season, but if you're Valpo and you go 2-0, that's going to be a very great opening to your season. And
then after the break, we will recap Penn's season, but we have a break coming up.
We will be right back.
Are you ready to capture your most memorable moments? Whether it's your senior year, your wedding day, or a special team achievement, LMS Photography in Northwest Indiana has you covered. At LMS Photography, we specialize in creating stunning, high-quality images that will last a lifetime, from senior portraits that showcase your personality to wedding photos that tell the story of your love, and team photos that capture your group's spirit. LMS Photography does it all. Located right here in Northwest Indiana, our team is passionate about making your vision come to life. No matter the occasion, you'll be treated like family and will ensure every shot is picture perfect. Ready to book your session or learn more? Visit lmsphotography21.com. Don't miss out on making your memories unforgettable. LMS Photography. Let's start your journey.
And we are back here at Viking Field, and let's go over our quarterback tonight, Kellen Hosek. Nope.
Yeah, well, Kellen, he's our player spotlight tonight. He's the only offensive player who's a captain for this Valpo squad, the other three coming on the defensive side. But Kellen, he's got a year of varsity experience. He's going to look to use that varsity experience. And obviously, he was very good last year.
Yeah.
Throwing for 1,618 yards with a 59.6 completion percentage, and then he can do it on the ground too. 72 rushes for 333 yards and 7 touchdowns on the ground. He had 16 passing touchdowns to 8 interceptions, but the total touchdown to interception ratio is 23-8, which is very good, especially at the high school level. And last year against Penn, he ran for 96 yards, by far like the biggest rushing performance of his career, and it came in a huge spot last year and almost allowed him to keep it close against Penn, and he's looking to make some of that magic happen tonight. And obviously he's the captain, going to be the biggest leader, not only just with his playing because he's a quarterback, but also the biggest vocal leader on this offense. So
yeah, last year, don't look at the interceptions and the completion, like 56.7% completion rate. That's very good, especially at the high school level, as you already said. And he did that against Penn, also throwing 4 touchdowns and 100 rushing yards. That's a very good stat line. As we see the 8 interceptions too, we see like you can look at that, but those interceptions came early as he was just beginning to become like a varsity quarterback. Like maybe 5 of those interceptions were in the first 4 or 5 games. So as he went on, he kept going and going and going, and he built up all that momentum, and he became a great quarterback by the end of the year.
Yeah, there was definitely a stretch last year where he wasn't playing the best football of his career. None of the games were bad, but as you've seen, like in the Penn game, and then the way he closed the year was very good. Obviously, the whole team kind of struggled in the Maryville regional game, but in the sectional against Chesterton, he was very good. And helped that he had an elite running back along his side, and Gage is looking to replace that Bertowell this year. But Kellen, a very good player, one of the captains for this team. He's going to want to make his impact known tonight for this Valpo team. But about Penn, last year they went 8-3 and 6-1 in their conference. They beat Valpo, but their season ended with a loss to Crown Point, where they lost 35-0, and obviously, but that's what Crown Point did to everybody last year.
Yeah, Crown Point was
they lost in
beast.
state, but to the northern teams and the teams in the northern side of Indiana, Crown Point just kind of demolished everybody. So Penn, obviously they were great last year, second in their conference at 6-1, 8-3 record on the year, and now they're looking to beat Valpo again.
Yeah, this team's always strong every single year, especially the opening of the season. They have owned Valpo, I think, 27-8? Yeah. That's all-time record. Valpo's got to step it up.
Yeah, now we can go to our keys game. Do we want to start with Penn or Valpo here?
I say we start with the road team, finish it with Valpo.
All right, we'll start with the Penn Kingsmen for keys to the game. We'll go ahead and pull that up. We'll have, for my key to the game, it will be newly knighted, as we have these new rookies and new guys for varsity for Penn coming in. We'll have to see what they do, as Landon Hall is going to be having his first experience playing, and a bunch of other players will be having new experience for this team.
For mine, I had stop Kellen at all costs. You have to stop him. He's going to get out early, and he's going to start this tempo. He's going to start the momentum. And then once he does, I don't think there's any going back. So if you control Kellen, if your defense steps up, I think you're going to be pretty good tonight.
And then my key of the game for Penn is, we talked about it tonight, there's a lot of inexperience on this Valpo team, and it really comes in the secondary. That would be the biggest point of attack. Last year, their quarterback only completed 4 passes. 4 of them were for touchdowns, though. Or 3 of those 4 completions were for touchdowns. And that was on an experienced secondary, what they did last year. This year, they get a younger secondary, a secondary with less varsity experience. So Penn should look to attack that tonight and make that their biggest point of emphasis on this offense, to score and get down the field tonight.
Well, I also think you're forgetting about someone who transferred out of that Penn team who had those 3 touchdowns, who did burn all of those players, including Brendan Gagan. No shots fired at that. But do you want to get to the Valpo keys of the game?
Yeah, so Penn lost Tayshawn Bardo. He was a very high-rated college recruit at wide receiver, and he's really good. They were without his talent tonight, but they still have the chance to attack in an experienced secondary. But to Valpo's keys, Brody will start.
Yes. Keep your strong defense. That's all you have to do to stop this Penn defense. Your offense is going to get rolling. This offense is going to... Actually, Johnny, you can go.
I think Valpo needs to slow the game down. Last year, they played in a shootout where they had 30 minutes of possession, but they were rushed possessions. Like, they were playing from behind. They had to pass a lot. Obviously, it allowed Kellen to have a great game, and it wasn't like an empty stats game. All of those stats from Kellen were needed to keep that game close. But tonight, they want to slow this game down, do what they do best, run the football, control the pace of play. They still are going to throw a little bit, obviously. That should be the game. That has been talked about by Marshall with Gage out. They're going to throw the ball a little bit, but they still want to have an ability to slow this game down. And Kevin, as you talk about our point before Valpo runs onto the field.
My key of the game will be ready, aim, fire. Regarding to Valpo's quarterback, Kellen Hosek, is going to need to be throwing the ball in the air and making big plays tonight.
Yes, this Valpo team is ready. We are ready. We are almost at game time, about 5 minutes out, as they are about to run. I think this team looks as ready as we've ever seen them.
Yeah, this is obviously going to be an emotional night for all these guys playing on. For all the seniors, it's your senior night. You want to win, and it's the opening game of the year.
And you're at home in front of all the fans, all the students.
It's an important game to everybody on Valpo, but very important to the seniors. So this will be a fun one tonight.
Valpo players always love wearing their blackout jerseys as well.
Coach,
they'll be rocking those tonight.
Coach Marshall said that in his coach's corner.
Yeah, talked about it. They love the black on black look. And usually Penn's the team in black, but Valpo is the one wearing it tonight. So
yes, they are. We are about to get ready here for kickoff.
And here come the Vikings.
I think that's the best we've ever seen from those fireworks. Those were very...
Those are as fun as fireworks can be, but...
That was probably the best I've ever seen from here.
Yeah, and this crowd is loud for their seniors on their run out as we hit just under 3.5 minutes till game time. Until kickoff, you're going to see the Valpo and Penn captains go out, shake hands as we get ready for our coin toss here. But
I know I'm excited, but I can't wait to see how these guys are excited. It is going to be a great game. I can just feel it.
Looking forward to this one. This is a matchup every year. The Valpo teams are looking forward to it.
It's a mystery kind of for what Penn's going to be doing as well, so it'll be fun to see what exactly they'll be doing.
And we are back here. Devin, I know you got cut off before that national anthem. You want to talk about your keys of the game again?
Well, my keys game is just going to be ready and fire for the Valpo Vikings, as they are just going to, I feel like, be throwing the ball in the air a lot tonight. I feel like Callan's going to be using his ability, as he's also a baseball player, so his arm is going to be that natural thing he's going to be using. So we'll have to see. I believe tonight he will be throwing the ball, and I believe there will be big plays in the air tonight for Valpo.
Yeah, I can sense a very high offensive game here. Experienced secondary from Valpo, so let's hope that they don't get beat too much, but let's hope they're very high.
And the captains are going to meet in midfield as they get a coin toss, as we're getting a great shot of this coin toss. And we'll wait to find out the winner and who's going to get the ball to start this one.
I know for the Campbell Meridian Cup, I know they bring out the cup, the coin toss. Valpo won that last year, so we won't see that this year, as we won't be on broadcast. So
This year will be away at Chesterton, so we'll maybe do a recap or something with that.
Maybe.
As the coin toss is underway, we see the student section, though. They're getting pretty hype. It's all black out over there.
Everybody in black on the Valpo side. They're getting ready for senior night. Filled up student section.
As the night will go on, it will grow, I believe. And Penn has won the toss tonight. They will defer to the second half, and so Valpo will get the ball to start.
So we're going to see this Valpo offense in action right away to get us started on a beautiful Friday night in Valparaiso, Indiana.
Yeah, you may be noticing it's very light out. We also schedule change, basically, so Valpo now playing at 6:30 instead of 7. So very lighter than normal, but sun always goes down. We also have not seen the punt return yet, because Juju Stokes and Austin McKenzie were it last year, and we didn't have that info yet, so we will see now. Our punt returner is going to be JQ Varnado. And also we don't know, but we are about to get back underway. We are back, and kickoff right underway.
It's going to go high, so be ready.
And we are up and away to start this season. It's going to be caught in the end zone. They fair catched it. Did not to know. So that was going to start now at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, start at the 20-yard line, but now we get to see senior leader Callan Hosak. And excuse me, I misspoke. They do have another captain on offense. Caleb Hazlitt will be playing left tackle, the most important position, protecting his other captain. One of those new guys obviously doesn't have the varsity experience, but Coach Marshall trusts him to be a leader and picked him out as a captain, even though he's not the most experienced guy on the offensive line.
Yeah, this may not be a very big offensive line, but it's a very tough offensive line. You're going to have to beat them. So here we go, first down. The very first play of the game, we have motion on the left side. It's going to be a play action, and it'll be a 5-yard gain. Callan Hosak completes his first pass of the game.
And the first target goes right to Sam Bernard, number 14.
That was my guy to get a touchdown tonight.
You guys protected him to score, and he's immediately being targeted on the first play of the game.
Pretty much all week I was kind of pretty much saying that they would be in the air tonight, and already showing that they were going to the air and going to Sam. We'll see if that continues.
And they ran a similar motion action that we saw a lot of last year, where the wide receiver in the left slot came and wrapped around the quarterback and running back, an action that we saw a lot out of Austin McKenzie last year, one of the seniors.
About 2nd and 5 here. 11.5 remaining in the first. It's going to be a jet sweep to the left side. No outside container, but he breaks a tackle, but will be taken down for a loss of 2. He broke a couple tackles, but ended up getting a loss there.
Yeah, they gave it to Jimmy Parisi, and he is taken down by Vincent Freeman, one of the Penn captains, and the mark stays. It'll be a 3rd and 5 again, but another great play as Jimmy Parisi shed some tackles, but this senior captain was able to make the wrap up on.
Yeah, we see a good jet sweep, but no, the inside it broke. There was an outside gap, but he did not see it.
But the captain making a big big play saving tackle on that one.
Third down already. We know from last year Valpo is not very good at converting there. We'll see. It's going to be caught over the middle. He's going to get the first. Barely.
This one's caught by Chase Lovig, his first varsity catch of his career, and he gets a first down on third down. So that's a theme where maybe the guy's not coming in as a wide receiver one for the Valpo offense can make these important catches. You never want to go 3 and out on your first drive of the year, and Kellen and Chase connect to save the 3 and out.
Yeah, good stiff arm to gain the first down just by a couple inches. So we have another first down for Valpo. Seems their tempo is good already.
You're starting off your night 1-1.
And we already have a flag.
It's going to be a false start
On
on
Valpo.
Valpo. I think this is getting called on Chase Lovig after he makes the first down grab.
Yeah, Valpo also struggled with that last year. We know that with false starts on defense too. The defensive line kept going over. False starts really messed up.
Well, starting off 1-1 on third down completions was nice, but then going ahead and then losing that yardage right back is not what you want to do to start with.
Yeah, it's still 1st and 15, so still early in this this drive. Let's see what they can do.
And no actual handoffs from the Valpo offense yet.
We got motion again. It's going to be another fake, but a bad throw by Kellen, 2 out in front.
Yeah, some pressure came in and just a bad misfire. This is one that you should make, but just comes across the body a little too much. Ends up bringing it to the left of Parisi, and Parisi's not able to make the grab on the out route.
It looks like they've been running this play a lot. It seemed that it worked the first time, just a bad throw the second time, but it would have worked out. Would have gotten them about 5 or 6 yards. So let's see if they keep rolling with that tonight.
The out routes were a big part of the offense last year for Valpo. They won some games on some short out routes. They're trying to get some of those here. Obviously, that one does not work.
2nd and 15 here, 10 minutes left. They do a little screen pass. He gets through, he has a gap, and he gets all the way up to the 40. Near first down.
This one's going to be really close. They're marking him down at the 41.
But they're moving the chains. It's going to be another first down for Valpo. Great blocks.
Jimmy Parisi here makes the wide receiver screen, gets a good block from his fellow wide receivers, and he's able to move the ball for Valpo first down.
Yeah, good outside containment there. So that moves the chains, more tempo, more momentum. And let's look at the replay here.
Yep. A little slip and then a good block, and he isn't able to slip the tackle, but gained another 5 yards after the first contact.
Found a really good gap there. So 1st and 15, 9:30 left.
That's just a great effort by Jimmy there to go ahead and get them a first down.
And they're going to run the ball with Finley. He's going to get about a yard.
And this one just goes nowhere. The whole Penn defense really corralled on him there, gang tackling. We talked about this last year a lot. Thomas Berta was a guy that you had to gang tackle as a defense, and it was a defensive line if you wanted to bring him down. And here they do a good job of it on Gage Finley, who's another talented runner. And you're going to have to get some bodies to him if you want to take him down.
Yeah, I know you talked about gang tackling all last year. You cannot let a guy break free. You have to get him down, especially at the high school level where there's always big plays.
So that was the first run of the Valpo season, first actual handoff by Valpo this year, and it only goes for 2 yards.
Yep, so a big hole to fill for Thomas Berta as it's 2nd and 8.
It's going to be just very different for Valpo.
Kellen launches back over the middle and overthrows. Had the guy burnt.
Wanted Sam Bernard. What could have been made your guys' prediction right.
It would have been.
Doesn't work out. Kellen overthrows Sam Bernard a little bit. I don't know if it's a miscommunication, if it was a streak, because it looks like Bernard's running a post, but Kellen threw it like it was a streak, and it causes for another long third down for the Valpo offense.
Yeah, 3rd and 8. They converted last time, so let's see if they can convert again. 8:30 left in this first quarter. So we see that they are now going deep and not just out routes for Valpo. Let's see if they can get this 8 yards for a first. Kellen will drop back for the throw. He sees room over the middle, but drops.
Another misfire. This one, another one intended for Sam Bernard. Well past the sticks, but an incomplete ball from Kellen will bring out the Valparaiso punt team and punter Trevor Faulkner, who will also be kicking tonight for the Valparaiso Vikings.
Had a lot of great kicks last year for Valpo, especially a lot of great punts too.
And Grayson Hurley and Colden Hernandez are back deep for the Penn Kingsmen to return their first punt return of the year.
Yeah, it looked like Kellen stepped up in the pocket. on that last throw. And the punt is up, kicked fairly good, all the way at the 10. It's a fair catch, and they're going to be at the 12-yard line.
So pretty good kick there for Trevor there.
That's a very good kick at the high school level.
That's a good punt. You pin him inside the 20. That's the goal on every punt, is that at least get him inside the 20. Obviously, it changes how close you are, but never want to get a touchback. He doesn't get the touchback. They're inside the 20. So a good first punt of the year, and the Valpo defense already ready to go, as here comes Penn's offense for their first offensive drive of the year.
I think that's something you can see from Trevor. Last year, he's also pretty consistent with being able to be getting them inside the 20, but not being a touchback. So now we'll go ahead and see this Penn offense and this Valpo defense.
Landon Hall, the quarterback, starting for the first time. What can he do?
First down here. It's going to be a flag.
Immediate whistle. So
Looks like it's going to be a false start probably.
interesting to see what the decision from the refs is. Oh. It's on Valpo. And offside.
They struggled with that last year. Let's hope that they do not do that again. But Penn already starting good. First and 5.
So that's 2 penalties on Valpo already on the first 2 drives of the game. So
yeah, that first and 5 sets you up really good for an easy first down run. Holt is going to hand it off. Oh, never mind. But he's going to get taken down.
A great play by the Valpo defense. Did not get faked out by the fake run, unlike Brody.
I got faked out. We don't have the replay for that. But a great sack to start it off, showing the dominance, showing the pressure early on. If they do that all night, they will be in very good shape.
Ryan Cheek came in and made a huge sack to make it 2nd and long.
Yeah, pinned up in their own 10-yard line. Holt's going to step back, throws it right side. One-on-one, but doesn't make the catch. That was a great throw, easily dropped it in there. But great coverage also comes along with it. That'll be J.Q. Varnado, who did have that.
Forces the incompletion, yeah.
So this
great coverage.
Yeah, it's also great coverage to not also get the pass interference there.
This went from a great 1 and 5, and now it's third and 8. So we'll have to see what Penn's able to do here. Valpo's 1 and 2 on the night for third, so we'll have to see what Penn does.
3rd and 12 for Penn.
So 3rd and 12.
Third down, 7:30. It's about 3rd and 13 right now. These stands are shaking, they're stomping. First down, or big 3rd down for Penn here. They got to get the tempo going. We have motion on the left side. Halt's going to step back to throw. They have him, number 1. So spin move, but he'll be taken down before the first.
It's Brayson Hurley, the 6'4" junior wide receiver, obviously a huge receiving target for Landon Hall, but Valpo forces the stop, and Penn's got to bring on their punt team. So Valpo's defense forces the 3 and out, even after a penalty on their first play. So a good move by
Talk
Hurley.
about gang tackling, 4 guys just right there.
And they make the play.
This is very different from last year's. We saw a shootout. The first 2 drives were touchdown, touchdown. Now it's punts.
This was a rarity in last year's game.
There you go. The punt is up. It's going to be over the middle. They're going to fair catch it. They start about the 43-yard line. 43, 44?
43. So here comes Kellen and the Valpo offense for attempt number 2 on the day. Interesting to see if they change the plan of attack. Obviously, they threw it a lot on the last drive. Interesting to see if they go to the run on this drive.
They're going to pick up right where they left off on the 40-yard line. So let's see what they can do, if they can change this momentum, get them going.
More shotgun with single back on the left of Kellen.
First down, 6:45 left. It's going to be a flip. He's going to find. He has a gap, and he's going to get all the way a first down.
So Jimmy Parisi, another good move from Jimmy Parisi on a jet sweep. This time it gets him the first down. It doesn't get him back to the line of scrimmage. And this replay brought to you by Parlor Donuts, and it's more motion from Valpo. They use this a lot, and have used this a lot last year, and they're bringing it back already this season. And here it helps them again get another positive gain.
Yeah, very good blocks by the line. Very shifty moves by Parisi. He just started off very early. So first down.
More shotgun from Valpo with 4 wide.
We got more motion here. Kellen's going to drop back to throw. A very good out route, but he's going to be taken down. A very hard hit.
Yeah, that one goes nowhere. Blown out by Noah Wallace.
That was a very hard hit.
Linebacker all over Chase Lovig. Another replay brought to you by Parlor Donuts. They use the motion again. But it is not effective this time, and it only goes for about a yard as Chase Lovig does get forward progress.
Yeah, defense read that one just like a book. So 2nd and 9 right now. They got a yard. They've been very effective on getting across, so they can easily get a first down off this. More motion. Kellen gonna hand it off to Finley up the middle. Gets a good 4 yards. It's gonna be 2nd and 5.
A good carry from Gage, and there he shortens it to 3rd and 5. A little push as the Penn defensive lineman runs off the field. So 3rd and 5 coming for Valpo. I would expect a pass from the way this game has gone, but
Not a bad spot here for Valpo with how they've been passing. It's been looking all right so far, and they're 1 and 2 tonight for being on 3rd.
Yeah, that last play we saw a movement from Mateo Machichi.
more motion, and usually when it's the tight end in motion, you can kind of expect a run.
3rd and 5 here. Kellen's going to drop back. Looking, gets hit out of the hand. They're going to rule it incomplete.
And Penn's coach not happy about it. He is jumping on the other sideline. He wanted this one to be a fumble, but they rule it an incomplete pass. I think Kellen got this one out.
Let's take a look at it. It could have gotten knocked out of his hands.
It looked like to me that he went for the throwing motion and then it got knocked.
Good move off the edge.
Ooh, that's close. That's very close right there. That could have easily been a fumble.
Quinn Watson is the one off the edge who makes the play and forces the incompletion. Possible fumble, but that's where every high school coach in America would love to have a replay system.
Now let's see where Trevor's going to be able to put this ball for Valpo.
The punt is up. It's going to be in the 10-yard line. They're going to fair catch. They're at the 9-yard line right now. That's a very great punt.
Another good punt by Trevor Faulkner. Not giving Penn any breathing room right now. He's been a big help with his offense struggling so far.
Yeah. So Valpo, 2 drives, 2 punts, punt, drive, a punt. This is very unseen from last year.
And there you can see the Valpo student section, all black for tonight's game.
Valpo does have 3 first downs compared to Penn having 0 so far. They want just 3 and out, so we'll have to see what they can do this time.
You know, I told you as the game would go on that it would get more packed. So, first down in their own 10. Penn has to go 90 yards, get a touchdown here. It's going to be a handoff. He's going to go up the middle. He's going to get about 2 yards.
6 yards.
6 yards.
Yeah, he was the front guy there.
Apologies. Correction.
It's
But yeah, that's a good run
Blake
there for
Ewald
Penn.
was the one on the run, but the pace this year a little bit different. Not a shootout this time like it was last year, but obviously the different personnel on both sides, you could kind of expect that.
2 teams learning their new players.
2nd and 5 here. It's going to be another handoff up the middle. And he's going to get all the way up, close to a first down. Let's see how they roll this one.
He got this one where the ref was walking in. It seems like it's going to make it a first.
And they're moving the chains. First down for Penn here. They get it with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. So
the ref walked up right on the line, it gave us some suspense on the first down call, but Penn gets their first down of the season.
1st and 10 now. 4:14 remaining in the first quarter. We've had no red zone coverage yet.
I mean, can they just keep running it for 80 yards? I think they got to go in the air. Yeah, here we go.
Little screen pass here. Gets about 7 yards.
A little slip. It'll be interesting to see where he got out of bounds. It's going to be pretty close to a first down. They're going to give him 9.
9.
So 2nd and 1 incoming for Penn. This one thrown right behind the offensive lineman, Jeremiah Mitchell, captain wide receiver, going out, getting the one behind the offensive line, or behind his wide receivers, behind the line of scrimmage, and he takes it for a good 8 yards, getting them very close to a first down.
Snap is off. They're going to hand it off up the middle. He has room. He has a lot of room. To the 50, the 40, the 30. No one's going to catch him. He has scored. Touchdown,
So they
Penn.
can just run it 80 yards. All right.
Colton Hernandez giving us some flashbacks to last season. Here's the big touchdown that we saw all of last year. They ran a little misdirection in the backfield, and Colton Hernandez had nothing but green grass in front of him. J.Q. Bernardo tried to chase him down, couldn't catch him. And Penn does exactly what they did last year and jumps out 6-0 and shoves the slow pace in my face that I was just talking about.
So
Yeah.
what kind of did Valpo do wrong there? What kind of just led to that huge run did you see?
It's a good misdirection. This is more of a good offensive set piece from Penn. They a whole offensive line shifts left. You get two guys on the right, split an open lane, and Hernandez was able to take off.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0 Penn, 3:43.
So there you'd want the linebackers to try to punch that gap when you see the hole, but everybody shifted. The defense shifted right as the offense shifted left. Everybody went with where the offensive line was going, and it opens a huge hole for a big touchdown for Penn.
So it's just a great offensive play by Penn, and not much the Valpo defense could do there.
Yeah, Colton Hernandez, very hype after that 80-yard touchdown. I would be too. He burnt the entire secondary, as we talked about earlier. A very unexperienced secondary. So
Still plenty
as we see, the secondary got burnt, very inexperienced. It might happen all night, but you have to lock that down as the game goes on. You cannot get discouraged from that.
And there's still plenty of time in just this first quarter for Valpo. There's a total of 3 minutes, 43 seconds still, and then we'll see it's only a one score game.
Yeah, 7-0 game, 3:43. Valpo will go back out there in offense. Two very good building drives, just ended short off some bad passes and some big hits. So let's see if Valpo can get back out there and do what they did last year. They were a very good comeback team last year. I know they don't have the same guys, but I still see it in them. They're very relentless.
I know me and you both think they're going to be in the air a bit more tonight, and I think Valpo's going to have to go in the air for this touchdown here.
Yeah, Valpo's got to start getting the chains moving more, as we just saw an 80-yard play. But the kick is up.
It's just up to Kellen.
They're going to catch it. They're going to take it out. He's going to get up to the 25. But he's going to get taken down. That's J.Q. Varnado again.
Now
Jimmy Parisi, apologies.
Penn was able to go 90 yards. Let's see if Valpo can go 75.
It's going to be tough, but, we see Jaden Jansma out there. I think that's for the first time tonight. I feel like we haven't seen him. That might be his first appearance tonight. He's out there.
I know he's like the 3-4 wide receiver for this team, so he'll be in and out, with the main guys being Parisi and Vennard.
Yeah, Kellen looking for Vennard last drive a lot. Those last two plays.
I think Vennard's going to be his main target for tonight and also the rest of the season, unless something major changes.
Yeah, we had more motion. We had three wide. A screen here. He's going to get nowhere.
Parisi has looked good, though.
He's been very shifty tonight, but that one was Gage Finley. Took it for about a yard.
Valpo's going to need to step up here.
Yeah, that was Vinny Freeman on the tackle there. He picked them up really well. Great read right there to get Gage Finley down for minimum damage. So 2nd and 9 here, 3:10. Penn's up 7-0 after a big play. Can Valpo respond?
This is similar to last year. Valpo's for sure led with more time with the ball, yet Penn's winning.
Yeah, 3 left, 1 right. Kellen's going to drop back. Has a man open on the out route. He's going to try and break through, but gets about 5 yards. So that's going to be the Troy Danzy. That's the backup running back for Valpo. So Kellen and Troy probably sharing some snaps here in the backfield.
Looks like it's 3rd and 3, 3 and 4, so we'll have to see. It's not bad. What do you think they're going to do here?
It's really a 50-50. The out route game has been working all game mostly, so I do feel like we're going to see another out route maybe by Jimmy Parisi.
Yeah, I think Parisi is the guy if they do that.
Or we see Jaden Jansma out there. Big 3rd and 3 for Valpo. Cannot go 3 now here. Kellen's going to drop back for the pass and the out route that we predicted, but no block there, and he's going to get taken down for a loss, and it is locks out there for the Penn defense. Jimmy Parisi gets taken down, and the punt team's going to have to come back out.
Now Trevor's made some big kicks for Valpo so far tonight, but it's going to be hard to get this within the 20. So he's just going to have to get as far as he can for to hold back this Penn offense.
Yeah, the out route, we called it, we predicted it, so did Penn. They got out there. Very good hit. Way to minimize that. Way to stop the first down from happening, and the punt team is back out there.
So now we'll just have to see how Valpo pivots going into their next drive. Will they run more? It seems they're shifting running backs.
Trevor again. That ball is rocketed. Another fair catch. 35-yard line. That's a very good punt all the way from your 20. So he's had 3 great punts so far.
So far, Valpo's MVP is going to be Trevor. He's just trying to he's doing his best to keep Valpo in. Yes, they had that 80-yard run, but that's not what Trevor put them in a great spot. So we'll just have to see and continue what.
Yeah, I feel like we haven't given enough credit right now to this defensive line, as they have also put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. They've put a lot of pressure on him, especially the running backs too. They've closed the gaps. Every gap has been closed tonight other than that one gap that we saw. So they're going to go to the passing game over the middle. It's going to be caught. He's going to the 30, the 20. He's been beat again, and it's another touchdown, a one-play touchdown for Penn.
And that's the inexperience of this Valpo backfield. It's going to be a lot of guys that did not play last year for varsity time, and there it shows right there. That's the first time Penn has taken advantage of Valpo's weak backfield, and now Penn's going ahead and taking a 13-0 lead, and we'll see if they can make it 14.
Yeah, that's Anwar Banks got burnt on that one. A little high on that pass, but the wide receiver saved him on there. Very great catch, very great run. Another touchdown Penn.
Valpo's going to get the ball again, and they have to do something. This is going to start turning into a possible blowout.
Yeah,
bloodbath.
In the last 5 minutes, Penn has put up 13 unanswered, so about to be 14 if he makes this kick.
And it is 14, I believe.
14-0, Penn. Minute 53 left. This Valpo's defense, the secondary has to step up. I talked about the D-line. They're putting up a lot of pressure, but the secondary has been getting burnt. So if you put up that pressure up front and you don't have a secondary to back that up, it's not going to go well for you.
This Penn offense, we didn't know much of what they would be doing, but so far, 80-yard run and like a 70-yard passing
About
touchdown.
A 60-yard passing touchdown right there. It's 2 great plays. That's exactly what they did last year against Valpo. They burnt the secondary, and they took it to the house. They've already done it 2 times this game. If you're Coach Marshall at half, you have to talk to the secondaries, and you have to say, hey, you cannot let that guy burn you.
Yeah,
you have to minimize that.
These secondary guys have to get it figured out because they will be taken advantage of by this Penn team. They know exactly. They did it last year to the more veteran Valpo backfield, and now this one is more rookies and new to playing varsity.
Yeah, so this return team's coming back out. Let's hope it's not another 3 and out. Penn has controlled defense and offense this last couple minutes. So
Penn right now has, I believe, only 1 first down because they've just gone all the way to score a touchdown. So, I mean, it's just Valpo has had the ball for most of the time, but Penn is just killing it.
Yeah, JQ Vernado and Jimmy Parisi out there to return that.
So we'll see here if Valpo's able to get a good field position. You probably want to get in like 30 if possible.
You're going to have to get the stagnant offense going. It's a game of momentum right now, and
a big run
Penn
would
is
go
all of it.
A big run would go a long way for Valpo.
And the punt is up. Catch it around the 5, the 2. He's going to run it out. He's up to the 20, and he'll be taken down again. That was Jimmy Parisi.
So now, do we think they're going to start running the ball, change something up, or do you think they keep going with the Jimmy Parisi short passes?
It was working, but when you run 2 out routes in a row and then you give them another out route, I mean, the defense is going to read that. Linebacker was all over that. So I think the passing game is going to work. The running game has also worked tonight. So you just got to get it out of the stagnant phase.
Could we see a bit of running from Kellen? Last year we saw him have, I believe, almost 100 rushing yards. So now we could see maybe that's something they tap into because he can run, and maybe Penn won't be ready for it. Who knows?
1st and 10 here at the 22-yard line. Kellen, it's going to be a handoff to Gage up the middle. He has room. He's going to get all the way up to the 30, the 32. They're going to move the chains, 1st down. That's an 11-yard gain for Gage Finley. That is what you need to break this stagnant offense. You got to get out there.
Yeah, it's funny. Valpo is leading first downs 4-1 just due to the Penn's just big explosive plays. They're up by 2 scores.
Yeah, Penn has been really killing it on offense. Defense has been getting some very lucky hits by some of the DBs. So, like, these powerful hits, you're not going to get those a lot in these games. So
Yeah, give a lot of credit to Penn. They have put a lot of pressure on Kellen.
Another run. That's going to get about 4 yards, 3-4 yards on that play.
And a good tackle by Penn here. I'm back. I don't know what was told up here.
We didn't talk about you.
So, a little medical injury in the booth somehow. But
Yeah, it's all good, Johnny.
Penn makes a good tackle here. Holds Gage to a 2-yard run.
We are under a minute here in the first quarter. 14-0 Penn. 2 explosive plays. As you talked about, I don't know if you saw it, but the secondary got beat again, allowing for that 60-yard touchdown. So 2nd and 8 here. Kellen's going to drop back to pass. He's going to run it. We saw it last year. He's got a first down.
There's the run that I was saying. Maybe he does tap into that, and there it goes for your first down.
Yeah, that was a full – that play was drawn out to be a QB draw. That was definitely not a passing play. So
that one definitely is drawn up. There is less time on the game clock than the play clock, but it'll be interesting to see here. Kellen takes one step back, then immediately goes. This is clearly designed.
Yeah, good block by Finley up there for him to get an extra 3 yards on there to get the first down.
Valpo's going to come off the field, and we're going to go to the second quarter.
14-0 Penn. It has been a very strong Penn offense as they have had 2 explosive plays to get them up 14-0. So let's see.
Doing what they did last year.
Let's see in the second quarter if Valpo can pick it up and get this offense going.
What does life at college really look like? That depends on where you look. At Vincennes University, there's plenty to see, including your dream career with more than 180 fields to choose from. You'll see smaller-sized classes and hands-on learning, industry partnerships to grow your connections, and spectacular living and learning communities you're sure to love. And there's always something to do on the 200-acre campus thriving with student clubs. You'll also discover the value of a VU degree. Check us out at vinu.edu.
Boys and Girls Clubs get kids future ready. Club kids become our future doctors, business owners, military leaders, parents, and educators. America of tomorrow will be shaped.
And we are back here at Viking Field for the start of the second quarter. As we talked about Valpo exiting the first quarter, we will come back to Valpo and Coach Marshall. He is looking to gain his 70th win with the Valparaiso Vikings tonight. Down 14-0, they got a hole to get themselves out of.
And Coach Marshall, as he approaches his 70th career win, obviously it's going to happen at some point this year. He's had an impressive career. He's won 7 consecutive sectional titles here at Valpo. So obviously a talented coach in his own right as he looks to get another milestone on a long history.
For Valpo fans, you hope it's going to be here at home because they're away the next 2 weeks. So hopefully it'll be tonight. If not, then we'll see.
First down, Kellen's going to drop back. Has a man over the middle but drops it.
This one dropped by Sam Bernard. It is not the best ball, but Kellen had to throw it to the middle. Otherwise, your corner is going to catch up here. And Sam Bernard to hit you in the hands. Should be one you bring in. This is partial on both parts. Obviously not the best ball by Kellen, but it hits him in the hands. That's one you got to hold on to, make that big play, that momentum-changing play for Valpo that they desperately need.
Yeah, they really needed that one. On first down, you go air it out like Devin said. Airing it out and is key to the game. They have done that to start this drive, so let's see if they continue with it.
The key to the game was ready, set, fire.
Oh.
Aim.
Kellen's going to roll out on second down. Pressure on him. He's going to throw it up in the air. Oh, that might be pass interference. That was close. They wanted it. That might have been a pass interference. Kellen, that's a great ball to throw up, but not a really smart decision, but a great ball that he got off 1 foot.
Yeah, he got it there. This one could have very well been pass interference. I think just because it wasn't the best ball, they didn't reward it. Obviously, he did cut off the downfield motion, but a very dangerous decision by Kellen to throw one up into near double coverage.
Yeah, breaks that one right there. But
he like stumbled, so it was really weird.
It was a very wobbly throw, so that might have also been a factor. 3rd and 10 after the drop and the incompletion. They're going to have to pass it again. Gage Finley in motion. Pressure already. Parisi over the middle, has a gap, has some room. He's going to break through, but runs right into one of his own players.
But this is a great design. This is a wide receiver screen in a little bit of a different aspect. And look at these offensive linemen get down the field, clear a lane for Parisi as he has another third down conversion for Valpo. Right over the middle, but look at the 3 offensive linemen getting downfield. Jake Labe, Alexander Burkett.
And he runs right into the back of Jimmy Parisi. That could have been another 10 yards if he did it. But they're rolling now. They're up to the 40-yard line. Their first time over midfield this game. 1st and 10. 11:30 left in the second. Kellen's going to drop back again. A lot of pressure. 2 guys. He's going downfield, and it's off the hands.
And just a lot of people there.
That was Vincent Freeman on that. Great coverage. Didn't get the PI. That's great coverage. He has been great tonight.
Sam Bernard, the attempted target again, so you guys were both right. He's been targeted a lot tonight. The problem is him and Kellen's connection has not been perfect yet. Obviously, they don't have a ton of experience. This is their first real game together. Sam Bernard did have 1 catch in the Penn game last year, but other than that, they didn't have a lot of connection. His 1 touchdown came with a different quarterback. So,
yeah, the left side of the entire offensive line is so big that they've been giving Kellen so much time in the pocket, but these last 2 plays in these drives, he's been kind of getting rushed there. But that's going to be up the middle for Gage Finley.
Only gets about 2, so not the biggest gain.
And we have a helmet off.
The helmet comes off, but
that's Gage's helmet.
Okay. He is going to come off the field for Troy Danzy coming in for him.
Danzy had a good play. Got a couple 6 or 7 yards there. No, he had a 6. It was earlier. You were gone. Sorry. You didn't understand that.
Isn't Troy Danzy the guy you said that will be the person to score for Valpo, Johnny? So we'll see if that, maybe a big run here for Valpo.
3rd down and 8. We saw that motion again. Kellen looking left side but can't get it off.
And he got pressured and it caused a misfire. Christian Bonner, the captain of the defense,
and they're going to
go
go
for it. One of the team's
for
captains, and he's on the defense. And he forces some pressure, forces an incompletion by Kellen, forcing Valpo to make a decision to stay out as they're already down 2 scores in this football game.
Yeah, that was intended to Jaden Jansma. He was the DB last year. He got out there after the first couple drives. He came out there on the offense and hasn't really seen much, but he's been getting targeted a bit. So 4th and 8, Valpo's going to go for it.
Valpo's 2 for 6 on 3rd downs, and this is their first attempt on a 4th down. So, I mean, 3rd down isn't looking good. Let's see what 4th is.
Kellen's going to drop back. Pressure. Gets hit hard. Parisi can't get it. It might be intercepted. It's a pick.
And it's Colden Hernandez. How about what he's done today? An interception and a 70-yard touchdown run, playing both sides of the ball, and he's getting the job done very effectively for the Penn Kingsmen. And just a killer right now. Obviously kind of an arm punt on 4th down for Valpo, but another interesting choice with just the coverage, a hard ball to complete.
Does that not move Penn farther back?
It does. Yeah, they would have been at the 40 if you dropped it.
Yeah.
So is that just for a stat?
It's an arm punt, so he gets the interception. It's not the worst thing in the world.
Holt's going to drop back here. Pressure coming. He is sacked. That's a big sack there.
A combination of guys.
That's a lot.
Yeah. So many, not one guy, but the whole defensive line by Valpo here gets home. And a huge play made by Valpo.
Yeah.
About 7 assists there for Valpo, which is all of them were on.
If you can keep Penn here in the inside the 10-yard line for a punt, that's going to set you up for a great offensive drive. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah, so you see on the replay, Dean Papatronis was the first one to get to him, and he made the wrap-up.
Another over the middle. Gets burnt again. That's going to move him all the way up near the 38-yard line. We just saw it again. This secondary has been struggling all night.
Mason Blinecki is the one here, and he makes a big play for the Penn Kingsmen. A huge gain on 2nd down, and another instance of this inexperienced Valpo secondary getting burned in coverage.
During halftime, Marshall's got to go and talk to the secondary. It's just not looking good. Penn is taking great advantage of them right now.
Penn's playing quick.
1st down here. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He'll only get about 3 yards on that. Great stop by Valpo.
This one, another group tackle by Valpo. I think Ben Fedorchuk was the first one in the pile. Or Dean Papatronis was the first one there as he gets another tackle on this drive and sets up a 2nd and long for the Penn Kingsmen.
Yeah, 14-0, 8:30 left in the second quarter. It has been all Penn football here other than that last Valpo drive. Let's see what they can do. 2nd and 8. Holt is going to roll out of the pocket. A little screen pass, but a little overthrown. Even if caught, that would have definitely been probably a tackle there.
Carson Bays is the intended target here, but a misfire from the quarterback and a little overthrow, and it leads to a 3rd and long for Penn. So interesting to see how this
Penn
third down plays out.
So far tonight is 1-for-1 third down conversions. Now is, I believe, the 80-yard run. So.
Big 3rd down here. Stands are pumping. Valpo needs it. They got to get that offense back out on the field. They cannot get cold. 3rd and 8. Holt trying to get a play call here. Looking over to the sideline.
Valpo fans in Viking Field getting loud.
That's going to be a timeout.
Penn to call a timeout. So obviously, this can be big for Valpo. If they allow another 3rd down conversion, it would not be good. But they really need the defense to get off the field and try to get their offense to get something going.
Yeah, Penn, if they get this 1st down here, this demoralizes all the Valpo defense. This will get the fans out of the game, and overall, it would be very bad if Valpo did not get the 3rd down stop. So 8:19 as Penn uses their first timeout. Valpo has not used a single timeout this half. 8:19 remains. We see the student section. They're still in it.
The Valpo fans excited to be on camera. But here's a 3rd and long and a very important play to this game if Valpo's can allow their offense to get back on the field halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen Colton Hernandez both sides of the ball. He's done it all night so far. So on 3rd down, he's going to go right side. He catches it. Is he in?
Says he went out of bounds.
Wow.
The intended target, Grayson Hurley, that 6'4", big body wide receiver on the outside, but he hauls it in out of bounds, and it'll lead to a Penn punt. So Valpo gets the defense off the field.
It's crazy to think that Penn only has 2 or 3 first downs this game compared to Valpo having 6, but the score is what it is.
That's what Penn does. They're going to make these big plays. They did it last year. That's why Valpo won the time of possession, but still ended up losing, and it's kind of been the story tonight.
Valpo had to get that guy off the field. That would have been 12 on the field.
But a wobbly punt, but it goes technically inside the 20. It's going to be on like the 19-yard line at about the 11th inch, but it is inside the 20 on a really wobbly punt.
Yeah, so the defense steps up after that big 30-yard play. They get the 3 stops, and they're back on the field.
But Valpo's got 80 yards to go.
Yeah, this offense it grouped back up after that first quarter. So they started hot, and then the rails fell off, and couldn't get anything out of it.
Drive end interception, also kind of an arm punt by Kellen. So interesting to see if Valpo can move the chains consistently here.
They're going to hand it off to Finley. He's going to get about 5 yards on that.
Yeah, 4 to 5 yards here out of Finley, so a good run to start the drive. We talked about this last year. If you can get 4 to 5 yards on a first down, that's a good thing. That sets you up. You only got to get 6 yards on the remaining 2 downs. And it'll be interesting if they go back to the run, try to get another 4, make it 3rd and short, or they go to the air again, which they've done a lot tonight.
Yeah, you got to score here on this drive. I feel like if you're Valpo to get the momentum up, you cannot go out here and go 3 and out. So let's see 2nd down. Kellen's been going to the air all night as Devin had his key, so let's see if he does it again. He's going to
5-man front.
He's going to drop back. He's going to roll out. He's going to have room. He's got to watch out, be cautious with the ball. He's going to get the 1st down and out of bounds.
A little slippery from Kellen there, evading the tackle, which would have probably brought him down behind the 1st down marker, but he does manage to move the chain, so Valpo does not go 3 and out here.
Yeah, great rollout, great vision there to see upfield. No one was open, so he took it himself, got the 1st down. 7:15 remains. Fans are starting to get up. Offense is starting to get going.
Valpo needs this to be it's a very important drive. Again, they have another opportunity to cut it to a one-score game.
Kellen going to drop back after a bad snap. Over the middle, it's caught by Chase Lovick. Breaks the tackle, still going and past the 50.
And then he's brought down by multiple Kingsmen, but he gets the first down. So Valpo gets a big play in a gain of 15-plus yards. So another big play from this offense.
Chase came in tonight as about the 3-4 wide receiver, and he's probably has the biggest catch of the night so far for Valpo. We'll see what they can go ahead and do off of that. But great play by Chase.
Yeah, as we see 3 right on that right side.
That's a good ball by Kellen.
Yeah, that's
got
a
it
very
over a
good ball.
linebacker's head.
First down, 6:45 to go. Kellen's going to drop back again, pressure, but it's going to be a little screen pass. It's going to get about 2 yards on that.
Hey, I'm going to take a short one to Finley, and not the best ball, but it is caught, and they get a couple yards out of it. So a positive first play.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Hey, at least that was caught. That looked bad for a second there, but they were able to keep the ball in and then go ahead and get it at least 2 yards or so.
Yeah, so they mark him 3 yards there. 2nd and 7 for Valpo. Second time past the 50 this game in there. 6:10 remaining. Kellen has been going to the air a lot. Let's see if he does it again on 2nd down. He's going to drop back a little quick pass. In route, Chase Lovick has the ball again. He's going to get a first down.
Another big catch by Chase Lovick. He's coming in.
A little shove there.
As that wide receiver 3, but he's making these big catches on important downs in this game. So the Valpo is going to spread the love offensively. They did it last year. They had 2 receivers that ended up with a lot of receiving yards on the year. They're going to spread the love, and that's what they're doing tonight.
Yeah, big push. Vincent Freeman pushed Chase Lovick's arm down. Some tension building up in this game as the game's going on. Valpo gaining closer to the red zone. See if they can get it for the first time tonight. First down. 5:50 left. 5:40, clock malfunction. Kellen's going to drop back again. A little screen pass. Crazy hit on the blocker.
That was Noah Wallace just blows up the blocker, and then in doing so, tripped up Chase Lovick. So really impressive play. The coach is going to love the tape on that one. But a very good play from Noah Wallace to shut down what could have been a bigger play. Obviously, Valpo still does get a couple yards out of it.
Yeah, ball in the air a lot more than we are used to from last year for Valpo. Let's see what they can keep doing here. They need to finish this drive.
5 minutes left. 2nd down. It's going to be a run up the middle. Finley. He's going to get a couple yards. He's close to the first down.
Right as I say, they've been in the air a lot. They go ahead and do a nice little run.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. I think they honestly got to run this ball here.
Yeah, another interesting choice. Do they want to run it, or is Penn expecting that?
They could do like a little small pass Jimmy as well, as they've been doing as well.
So the out route is kind of the bread and butter on 3rd and short for Valpo. At least that was the story last year. We've seen it a couple times tonight. So
yeah, we saw it earlier. It got blown up on that 3rd down earlier in this game. So let's see what Valpo's got in their bag. 3rd and 1. Kellen is going to hand it off to Finley, and he is going to get taken down for about a loss.
At the line of scrimmage, nothing doing. So I think the offense wants to stay on the field. Kellen Hosek was getting to it, looking at his quarterback, making a signal. So it seems like Valpo's offense is going to stay on the field. Vincent Freeman was the one who blows that one up.
Yeah,
and
Freeman
Penn gets another 3rd down stop.
Freeman's been great all game long on both sides of the ball, especially running back.
Valpo's 2 for 7 tonight on 3rd down completions. Just great defense by the Penn Kingsmen.
Kellen. Oh, fumble on the snap. He's going to pick it back up. He's going to recover, get the first down. What a play by Kellen Hosek to recover that one.
Near disaster, ends up in a first down.
Now here's a guy.
Never want to see a ball get dropped in the backfield. But Kellen Hosek recovers it and makes a big play out of it. A drive-saving.
And there's the athletic ability that Coach Marshall talked about Kellen. Yes, it's a lot of the arm, but we saw last year against Penn he can run. We know he can run. We know he's athletic. That's a great save by him.
He may be a pitcher on the baseball field, but he clearly field a ground ball.
It's another pass here for Finley, they'll get about a couple.
And Gage Finley catches another short one, but takes it for about 6 yards. So a good gain and a good positive gain on first down.
Yeah, 3 minutes remaining. You got to score here for Valpo.
And Valpo's inside the red zone.
Yeah, for the first time tonight.
So Penn's going to get the ball to start the second half. So it'll be interesting to see how Valpo manages the clock if they give the ball back to Penn and Penn scores and gets the ball back, or if Valpo's trying to run the clock out, score with the least amount of time as possible.
Yeah, Valpo's had a great drive so far, moving the ball. As we have a timeout here, they've had a lot of range, a lot of mixes of plays, a lot of usage here. So.
And Penn calls their second timeout of the game. Interesting. Obviously, this is the most of Valpo offense to move the ball, so Penn coach trying to reset his squad.
Yeah, as you see Coach Marshall walk out there with his team. Trevor Faudner on the sideline warming up in case a field goal may happen. So 2nd down and 4. It's been a good game so far. Yeah. Going into halftime, this offense is starting to pick up. Penn's offense picked up. It's just the defenses are starting to get out of hand here, the inexperience that we talked about.
I think for sure Marshall needs to talk to the backfield or the secondary for Valpo just to make sure that they understand they need to hold down Penn. And
the biggest thing is keeping the guys in front is when you're allowing the guys to get behind you to allow these big plays to happen. That's where the big problem is involved. You cannot let Penn have these 70-plus yard touchdowns again that happened all game last year.
So Valpo coming out. Kellen Hosek, Gage Finley have been really cooking it up this drive. Let's see if San Bernard can get some action in there. Here we go, 2nd and 4, 2:39 remaining in this half. Kellen gonna drop back. As a man right side slips to his fingers.
Maybe heard the footsteps of the corner. It's Colton Hernandez again. San Bernard the intended target, but Colton Hernandez there in coverage. He's done it all day today, and he continues to do it.
So it's going to be 3rd and 4 for Valpo. You got to move the chains here.
3rd and short. 3rd and manageable, obviously. This is where 3rd and 4 is very fine. They have a running back who can get you 4 yards. Obviously, tonight it's been air heavy, so interesting to see if they try to test it with Gage, go for it on 4th if he doesn't get it, or they just try to get it all in one play right here.
Yeah, we see how Parisi's lined up. He's going to do a little wraparound from behind. Hosek going to throw to Parisi. A little shifty move. Parisi's going to get the first down.
It's going to be really close. He seems to be marked short. I'd love to see a replay. From up here, it looks like he got there, but we are a little bit behind the play, so can't be entirely sure. They mark him a yard short in Valpo's offense.
As we see on the replay, Kellen was pressure, but Parisi was able to break away from the first tackle.
Yeah,
that's
just
close.
Like half a yard short.
So Valpo's going to call their timeout. They're going to get their plays right.
If they take the points or they make a 2-score game a 1-score game by going for the touchdown, or they make a 2-score game a 2-score game.
I think if it's up to Kellen, if Marshall goes and lets Kellen decide here, I think they're going to go for it.
Yeah. Coach Marshall will let his coaches let his players make decisions in important moments like this. Last year, they ran a 2-point conversion for the win against Chesterton, and he allowed his players to make that choice and make that decision if they wanted to win it. So obviously, his offense wants to stay on the field, and that's what he's going to allow him to do.
Is that who I think I saw out there on our screen? Is that Damari Gordon? That's a former PC3 member right there. Get some little camera action out there. So big 4th down for Valpo. They got to put some points up on the board.
You see, this is big for Valpo.
7 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. This first half is dwindling down. Penn has a 14-point lead. We got motion from Parisi. Doing a little wraparound. Kellen dropping back. He has a man right side. Has Finley to the 5, the 3, to the 1. They're going to mark him short.
He goes down inside right at the 1-yard line. But Kellen gets a lot of time from this inexperienced offensive line. Gage slips out. Kellen progresses through his reads, hits his running back out of the backfield, and it is a huge drive-saving, maybe game-saving play for the Valpo offense as they get 1st and short.
Yeah, we saw Finley open from the get-go. He had no one near him. Kellen saw him, direct pass. Easy 1st down, 1st and goal here on the 1. Handoff to Gage. Up the middle, touchdown! Valpo, Gage Finley, the first of the year for them.
Viking field erupts. They get to see their first touchdown of the year from the Valpo offense, and it's a big one. Valpo's right back in it. As we have a replay here, Gage is able to slip through. My prediction on the running back was wrong, but Valpo still scores. Gage falls forward. He gets a touchdown.
Still a lot of time for your prediction to be right, Johnny. Still a lot of time for me and Brody to be right as well.
Yeah, this offense is going. Trevor Faudner gets his first attempt today.
But sadly, I don't think my pick on Penn will be correct. We haven't seen much running from the Penn quarterback.
Yeah, they really got to tighten up on the middle of the field here. There's been a lot of plays happening there for Valpo. Did that get partially blocked?
It did get blocked.
Wow.
So Penn gets through, and the kick is blocked. So Trevor Faudner starts the year with a miss on his PAT attempts. It is blocked, but not the start the Valpo special teams likes to see on their first kicking attempt of the year.
In that situation, who's kind of at fault for Valpo there?
I need to see a replay. I didn't see who was able to break through.
Probably
sometimes it's a really athletic play from a D lineman jumping up, or sometimes it's got off the edge. I wasn't able to catch it for sure.
How often is it the kicker in that scenario?
It's either the snap
depending on how slow they are, but in a block, it's usually because some guy broke through. So good play by the Penn special teams unit to force a block kick, and now it's a one-score game, but Valpo would have to go for 2 to tie it. So
but they're
it's
not
a
scared
big one-score
Hey, we've
game.
seen a 2-point conversion before.
We definitely have.
Really special. About a minute 35 before halftime.
Valpo leads with 10 first downs to Penn's 2 to 3-ish. Kind of lost count.
So Trevor Faudner's got to go right back out there after the missed kick and go punt that one. He was a little mad. We saw on the sideline a little head nods and all that, so.
Obviously going to be a little upset. You never want your first kick of the year to get blocked, but he's still going to step up, try to get this one right in play, or force Penn to take it up around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he's been very good. Last year was very good, getting this Valpo team field goals, making sure the PATs go through, keeping that up. So
him and Drayden Wilcox were big. They obviously both kicked as Drayden dealt with some injury, but Trevor got a lot of experience last year that allows him to be ready for his senior year.
Faudner with the kick, it's up, and that's a great kick all the way to the 5-yard line. They're going to take it out the first time tonight. They're going to break through. He's up to the 30. But the sideline held him back. He's all the way up to the 40-yard line. That's a great.
We've seen
nearly
Penn
start from the 40-yard line.
We've seen Penn's able to score in 20 seconds if they just break through this Valpo backfield.
Yeah, let's take a look at this replay here. Gets a lot of key blocks here. Takes that outside advantage and runs out of room with the sideline. Has to cut back in and meets 3 Valpo guys.
It'll be interesting to see how Valpo's secondary plays this drive. They've ran some press coverage today, so it'll be interesting to see if they've made an adjustment. Marshall's told them to back off a little bit, give that cushion for these wide receivers who are making big plays down the field.
Yeah, especially with only 1 timeout remaining, a minute 25. If you're Penn, you got to really go fast here, and you got to keep it moving. It's going to be movement from the quarterback. He's going to run it, and he's going to get taken down with ease at the line of scrimmage or maybe even a loss.
And here's another group effort from this Valpo front 7. It hasn't really been one guy standing out on this front 7. It's been the whole group combining for a lot of tackles. Ben Fedorchak gets credited with the tackle, so our player to watch. But he also got assisted by Lucas Peterson.
We got under a minute remaining. Motion here from the Penn sideline, and he drops it.
It was a forward. The pass went forward, so the clock stops at 50.7 seconds. So with another incompletion, Valpo would be able to save a timeout and have some time. But on 3rd and long, I feel like it would be interesting to see how Penn treats us if they want to go for the handoff, force a timeout out of Valpo.
I mean, the passing game has been working, the running game's been working, so
Obviously.
any option here is there's no bad option.
But yeah, I like the idea of them running and then run down this clock or wasting a timeout due to the fact that they were able to stop Valpo.
Obviously, Penn can just go get a touchdown right here, but so it'll be interesting to see the decision their coaching staff makes.
They're down, they're gonna hand it off, and he gets stopped at the line. Valpo's gonna use a timeout. We have 45 seconds.
So they run it, force the timeout of Valpo's hand. out of Valpo here. So a important drive for Valpo. They only have one timeout as there's 43 seconds left. So important drive for Valpo, obviously, but it's important because they don't get the ball next half. So they gotta sell out right here.
Field goal here right now would be very good for them. It would be a very good, something to go very well into the half with.
And Penn's punter trying to pin him deep right now.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. We've seen this field have some weird bounces as well, so we'll see what is going to happen.
Yeah, we've seen a kick return right before half before.
Yeah. And last year, the Viking field turf was a little interesting, and Valpo got a lot of favorable bounces, but on the last punt they didn't. As back deep as Harris Stick to punt this one for the Kingsmen.
The punt, it's up. It's a little muffled there, off the foot. No one's going to touch it. It's going to bounce out of bounds. That was what we were talking about, a weird bounce.
Wobbly one, and it bounces in Valpo's favor. So the Viking field turf stays helping its home team, the friendly bounce. Usually it's more of a friendly roll in basketball, but I think Viking field has earned a friendly roll now with how many times we've seen it across the last season and now tonight.
Yeah, we've seen some good passes by Kellen Hosek tonight. Easily you can go down 30 yards of play. So if they can get a couple good plays, rally, get out of bounds, save that timeout until the last second possible, they can easily put up 3 here, if not 7.
This is a huge moment for this new Valpo.
Oh, we got a flag. It's going to be on Penn. So that's going to boost Valpo up 5 yards,
Yeah,
first and 5.
A penalty that Penn does not want at all. You don't want to give Valpo more yards after a not great punt. They had solid starting position, but it's not great for the amount of time they have, but now you give them an extra 5 yards. No time ran off the clock either, so Valpo's got to go 60 yards in 37 seconds.
That would be the first penalty against Penn Kingsmen.
Kellen going to drop back, pass to the left side.
And there's
it's going to fall incomplete there. That was intended for Jaden Jansma
Forced
right
incomplete
there.
by Vincent Freeman, the captain. Defensive back, Jaden Jansma, the senior wide receiver, the intended target. So now still only 2nd and 5 as Valpo did not have to run a play on. They got a 5-yard penalty, so still 3 more downs to work with for Valpo.
Yeah, Valpo's going to try and push down here to get that 3 before half, get that momentum up. So let's see what they can do on 2nd and 5. 32 seconds remain. So they're trying to incorporate Jaden Jansma here. So 2nd and 5, you got to get about 20 yards.
More motion and another bobbled snap.
Kellen's going to have to run this one. He's going to get the first down. They're going to have to keep going. They might have to spike this one.
So the clock stops until the ball's set. So it is similar to in college football. So now the ball is set, so Valpo has to spike. The Penn guys trying to burst through the offensive line, maybe intercept it. We saw that last year in the NFL. Jalen Carter, there was a spike attempt. He went diving under the center's leg trying to pick it off, and Penn was diving through on the spike attempt. So now it's going to be 2nd and 10 with 22 seconds remaining in the half.
Big moment for Valpo and for Penn.
And obviously, Valpo does not have to get a touchdown, but they really want to score as Penn gets the ball to start the half. So they're going to get their offense is going to be fresh with another chance for a big play.
Yeah, we know the reins on Trevor Faulkner, but pressure in the backfield. Kellen's going to run again, but there's a flag. It might be a holding on Valpo.
So he got back to the line of scrimmage, but there is a penalty. So Marshall was asked for a decision. I don't know what the exact call is. But Valpo's moving back, so.
It's probably going to be a holding. Signal the holding.
Holding on offense.
Holding against the Vikings.
Interesting that Penn would accept this. They take the second. Well, it is a 10-yard penalty, so you take 2nd and 20 over 3rd and 10, but would have been interesting if they trusted their defense. Obviously, but you push Valpo back, and they still only have 17 seconds. So
yeah, they got to go deep here. They got to get something rolling. They still have that timeout to use. So if they can get about 40 yards here and get that timeout, Trevor Faulkner might get that kick out.
I mean, funny enough, I think so far the biggest catch has been by Chase.
He's going to go over the middle. Going to break a tackle.
Valpo uses their final timeout, but 2 seconds remain. So Hail Mary time for the Valparaiso Vikings.
This is going to be interesting to watch here. You got to go 50 yards. You got to get to the end zone. So we know Kellen might have that throwing power. I mean, we've seen him before.
He's a pitcher.
He for sure has the throw.
He can throw a ball 50 yards, but can this Valpo offensive line protect him for long enough for the routes to get downfield so they can even make a chance at playing this ball in the end zone?
He for sure, if he has time, can get it to that end zone. It's just, can they give him that time to give him that chance to make that throw off?
So interesting to see what Penn's decision is. Over the last couple years in the football world, the discourse, people think you should blitz every Hail Mary, so the quarterback has no chance to throw it deep, and if he does, he's thrown off balance because he's facing pressure. Usually you only rush 3, drop everybody back, but still when the wide receivers have to run 50 yards, interesting to see what Penn's decision is here. They're shown that they're going to rush 4 and drop everybody back, so they still are going to keep a little bit pressure on, not rush 3, so.
Yeah, I think everyone's going to converge to the middle there, get that.
Interesting to see if Valpo run a hook and ladder like what happened to them last year against Chesterton in the sectional.
Big final play of this half by Valpo. Let's see what happens.
So obviously the downs don't matter here, but we have motion here by Jansma.
Immediate pressure from Penn.
Kellen's going to roll out and run it. He's going to have to he gets a block from Gage here. He might have some room. But he's going to be taken down to the 20. So if this wasn't the end of the half, this would have been a very good play for Valpo, but
that's a great try by Kellen. It's just
obviously he had to do something, didn't want to get sacked on a Hail Mary on the final play of the half. Get some yards, so.
But Valpo's now 2 for 9.
14-6, Penn's up at half. We will be right back.
Are you ready to capture your most memorable moments? Whether it's your senior year, your wedding day, or a special team achievement, LMS Photography in Northwest Indiana has you covered. At LMS Photography, we specialize in creating stunning, high-quality images that will last a lifetime, from senior portraits that showcase your personality to wedding photos that tell the story of your love, and team photos that capture your group's spirit. LMS Photography does it all. Located right here in Northwest Indiana, our team is passionate about making your vision come to life. No matter the occasion, you'll be treated like family and will ensure every shot is picture perfect. Ready to book your session or learn more? Visit lmsphotography21.com. Don't miss out on making your memories unforgettable. LMS Photography. Let's start your journey.
Second half action here, but before we go back, we have a special look down at the field with Gianna Zykos.
Marshall, pull aside.
And we are back at a couple technical difficulties, but, you know, that always happens, but we're always up here going strong, all three of us.
It's a business. It happens. It's quite often, so.
We'll try to get back with her later on this game, maybe as the fourth quarter starts.
So sorry, Gianna. Don't want to just cut you off, but technical difficulties not helping. So, Penn in Valpo, 14-6.
Very good game.
We got a minute and 20 till the second half kicks off. Penn will be on the receiving end of the kickoff. Valpo scored the last points in this game with a touchdown. Their PAT got blocked, though, so they're down 8, but Penn gets the ball first. Penn deferred. Valpo couldn't score on their first drive. Penn scored on 2 big plays tonight. It's interesting because they haven't done a lot out of those 2 drives. They've had 2 big plays, and then there will be a 3 and out. So it'll be interesting to see if they get more consistent drives. But it's shaping up a little bit differently than last year for the most part. Obviously, it was like Penn was getting good drives, and then they'd have a highlight play as their touchdown or just a big play touchdown. Tonight, it's been all or nothing for Penn, and the time of possession would tell that story.
Sorry to cut you off, Johnny, but we're going to try this one more time. We're going to go back down to the sideline with Gianna.
Strong start tonight, but Valpo is starting to make their comeback here in that second quarter. I did notice Coach Marshall pull aside some of the senior athletes, and whatever he said to them, it really does seem to be working because the team's starting to work together and really get the ball rolling. So I guess we'll just see what is in store for the second half. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Gianna. Very good report there. But as we come back, Valpo trying to push that comeback and trying to make this an intense game. We already saw a little shoves, a little action going on, so let's see if the intense.
And we've said all night, it's an emotional game for the Valpo players. It's senior night, opening night, home opener, season opener, senior night. You're trying to get revenge for a game that you lost by 7 points last year. So all around an emotional night for Valpo. Penn, a very good football program, just trying to get their job done in their season opener.
Yeah, it's been great football so far. Outside of the 2 big plays, the secondary has really stepped it up back there, minimizing damage, minimizing big plays. Like, those big plays have really separated this game, and without those plays, it's a 6-0 ball game right now.
And one of them was just a very good offensive play called from this Penn's offensive staff. Obviously, the halfback counter after they had thrown it a couple times before that. So coming out with the halfback counter froze this Valpo defense and resulted in a big play.
Yeah, we're starting back up here in 2 minutes. Penn out in the middle of the field, grouping up. So they had a lot of chemistry early on. We didn't know what it would be like for this Penn team, but it seemed that the quarterback and running back duo, it's been working really well. And offensively, with the big pass on the field, that's been working. So all sides of the ball, everything for the offense is really clicking for them.
And then we have an update kind of around the league for in the division with Penn, the Mishawaka Marion Knights, the Mishawaka Caveman. The Knights are losing to the Mishawaka Caveman 0-35, while Valpo's rival, the Chesterton Trojans versus the Hobart Brickies. Hobart is winning 20-3 right now.
That is very surprising, as Chesterton was a big favorite to actually get like 3rd place in the DAC this year. Already down 20-3 to Hobart. Wow, that's very shocking.
Yeah, obviously that's always a big game every year, but interesting to see that Chesterton down big. But obviously this is the game we're here for, Penn and Valpo. It's been a fun one. Valpo's defense is going to have to come out and get a stop.
Yeah, if you're watching from home, it is a great 60 to 70 degree night here at Viking Field. And it's still only a 1-possession game here, Johnny. So Penn's going to receive the ball.
It's a close game, but obviously Penn has the opportunity to extend that lead to a 2-score game, or a 2-score lead, but it's also because it's 8 points, not 7. So even if Valpo does get a touchdown, they have to get a 2-point conversion, which is a lot easier said than done. Obviously, Valpo's shown in the past how you can do it before. This is new personnel, and they did it on a trick play. So interesting to see how it will go tonight, but obviously Valpo's defense got to get a stop, keep this at a 1-possession game if they want to get back into it.
Faulkner ready to kick, ready to start this second half. We are back. The fans are back. They're getting excited here, as this is a very close game. That block field goal really messed up Valpo, or extra point.
Trevor's had good kicks all night.
That's a great one in between the 5-yard line. He's going to take it out to the 20. There's a flag on the play, most likely on the...
I think it's going to be on Penn. Jaden Jansville went flying. I didn't see it. So possible block in the back, because Jaden Jansville just went flying. So, and he's on Valpo's special teams unit. So when that happens, it's usually a penalty on the receiving team, but it'll be interesting to see what actually was the call, as I didn't see a for sure penalty. I just saw Jaden Jansville end up on the rolling 5 yards on the ground.
This will be huge for Valpo if it's penalty on Penn.
Well, it's going to be a holding on the receiving team. That's going to put him back.
So it should be a 10-yard penalty, put him at the 10-yard line. And Penn has bad starting field position again tonight. That's kind of been the story. Even though Valpo has struggled offensively, they've done a very, very solid job of keeping Penn inside the 20.
And now both teams
so first and 10, but it's from the 11-yard line.
But now both teams have 2 penalties tonight.
I feel like we haven't seen much from the guy we talked about all pregame, Ben Fedorchak, tonight. Let's see if he can have a resurgence in the second half.
Well, he's made a couple tackles, but it's also because Valpo's defense as a whole has done a good job working as a team. It hasn't really been one guy in an excelling role. They're all doing their job.
Big tackle, oh my, thrown down to the ground.
And once again, it's a combination of guys. So Valpo's defense continuing to have that good gang tackling approach.
Yeah, let's watch this replay presented by Parlor Donuts. A big throwdown, if I would say.
Yeah. The big tackle looks like it came from Evan Courtney, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's a big tackle. Evan Courtney was hyped about it as he got right back up. And a big tackle, only a gain of 2 on first down for the Penn Kingsmen.
2nd and 8. Drops back to pass, has pressure in the pocket, has to roll out, and gets a hit.
I think he'll end up gaining about half a yard, but Valpo is there again, gang tackling and getting the job done.
That was a big hit right there. Look at that. Let's watch this.
This one, it's Evan Courtney again. So he makes 2 back-to-back tackles for the Valparaiso Vikings, and it's 3rd and long for Penn.
Yeah, to start off, this first minute 15 has really been dominance from this Valpo defense, pressuring the quarterback to get out there.
Yeah, whenever Bill Marshall said at halftime, he's getting his boys hype, and now the stands are shaking.
They are. He's going to throw over the middle. He's going to catch it.
Wow.
A big gain. Oh, my goodness. That just ruined all this momentum here. This place just went silent.
Brayson Hurley, the big 6'4" wide receiver, he's been involved in this Penn offense tonight, and he makes a huge grab on 3rd and 7. And that's just killer. They get these 2 huge stops right out of the break. And then on a 3rd and long, they give up a monster game.
Valpo's secondary just goes ahead and crumbles like they've been for most of the night, letting up big plays in the air.
That's a heartbreaker as Holt on 1st down. Hands it off. Outside, we'll get about 2 yards on the play, 2nd and 8.
And tripped up, this one by Brody Wheeler, one of the captain linebackers, the pair of captain linebackers Valpo has. He's the one who should get credit for this tackle. Got a little shoestring tackle from Brody Wheeler.
That's a good name. I don't think you got the joke.
I get it.
He gets
Your
the
name's
joke.
Brody and his name's Brody, wow.
Someone got the joke. 2nd and 8. 9:38 to go.
I'm watching
in the 3rd
game
quarter
over here, not making silly jokes.
It's going to be another handoff. Hey,
Another
too
one that
great.
goes nowhere. So identical to the previous set of downs. Another good tackle. Fedorchak was in the area. It'll be interesting to see who they cut the tackle to.
Now it's
Lucas Peterson gets credited for the tackle.
Now it's the same thing that just happened. Can Valpo stop this ball in the air?
Yeah,
Interesting to see if they go press coverage like they've done all night. So
all right, we got the
they
stomping
come out
bag.
in press coverage on 3rd and 6, and press coverage is where Valpo's gotten burned tonight.
Drops back to pass over the middle. Burned again. No one but a shoestring tackle.
A touchdown-saving tackle by the junior Nick Fry, who's playing more in coverage this year as he was a linebacker last year. This year moved over to a defensive back, and Valpo shows press coverage on 3rd down and gets burned again. Interesting to see that they keep running press coverage on these downs, and it has not been working.
Yeah, you got to learn from your mistakes, and obviously they've not done that tonight. A great tackle by the legs for Nick Fry. So if that's a touchdown if he doesn't save that right there.
He saves the touchdown, but it's still a momentum killer again. The Penn's able to gain that many yards on 3rd down.
So it's going to be a handoff. Breaks a tackle, and that'll gain a yard there.
7 tackles, but Valpo does another great job again, and it's a group tackling effort that Valpo's going to do all night. They've continued to do it. This front 7 working very well together as a group, and they force a gain of 1. Lucas Peterson makes another tackle tonight.
Yeah, great defensive end right there. He's been doing great this half.
He's done a great job of the run, too, and that's not where you always see defensive ends excelling. Usually that's the defensive tackles who are doing their job, but the defensive ends for Valpo are getting involved in the run game tonight.
Drops back, Holt sees a pocket, but gets taken down.
Now again, 3rd down. We'll see what happens here.
92, Cameron Asbell sheds a block, and good wrap-up, and he forces a gain of about 1. So 3rd and 8 incoming. Will Valpo show press coverage, and will they get burned, or will they go press coverage to the stop, or will Marshall and his defensive crew lay off the press coverage? Interesting to see the decision that is made here on 3rd and long. The stands are shaking again on 3rd down.
Valpo's been stopping the run all drive, so
no
unlikely to go there.
Defensive coach gave the sign.
Rolling out of the pocket. Holt has a man wide open, but a bad throw. Let's see if they rule it. No catch.
Incomplete.
They're going to rule it incomplete. Big hit by J.Q. Varnado to release that ball. That definitely would have been a catch. Let's look at the replay here. Oh, he might have caught that one, but Valpo catches a break there.
Colton Hernandez, I did not see the replay. Colton Hernandez had his fingerprints all over this game, offensively and defensively. This time he almost makes another 3rd down conversion for Penn, but instead the offense stays on the field for 4th down. No punts and out of field goal range.
Yeah, Valpo catches a big break there with that call. Motion. Holt on 4th down. He's going to roll out. Play action. Pressure coming. That might be intentional grounding.
But it doesn't matter.
And they are getting hyped.
That was Penn's first try on 4th down.
Ben Fedorchuk is the one who makes this play, so there's the big play of the night. A 4th down forces an incompletion. It was almost a sack. A huge play. The senior linebacker comes up in a huge moment for Valpo.
Yeah, they got to score here. They got their big break. They got the 4th down stop. Momentum's high now. Let's see what they can do with Kellen coming back out.
Yeah, this is Ben's first time being now this captain of the linebacker crew as he's filling the role for Brendan Gagan. So we'll have to see what Ben's able to do to fill his shoes.
Yeah, we've seen this wide receiver core start to build connections over the course of this game. Kellen. Parisi with motion. They're going to hand it off to him in a jet sweep. He's going to get about 3-4 yards before he gets taken out of bounds.
Yeah, so Jimmy Parisi in motion again. Valpo's going back to this motion. Jimmy Parisi's gotten quite a few of these tonight, honestly, in the jet sweep motion action. They're only going to give him 2, so they go forward, but it's not a huge gain. It'll be 2nd and 8 as Valpo waits for the signal for their coaches.
Yeah, the wide receivers have stuck the same all game, but Jaden Jansma continues to come off the field as he's had limited reps as the wide receiver.
Obviously new to the position, played in corner last year, but the rest of the core staying on the field.
Kellen's going to drop back, a low snap. Pressure coming, has to roll out. Right side, almost picked off the fingertips.
That one, you got to sail that out of bounds. Kellen, there was really the window was never there. This is one you got to try your hardest to get out of balance, but he still tries to hit Chase Lovig, and it almost ends up in the nightmare situation to give Penn the ball on the 40-yard line.
A name we heard of all night. Vincent Freeman gets his hands on that, just cannot grasp it, but he's been all over the field tonight. Clamps, lockdown all night.
He's been great tonight.
2 and 9 third down conversions. Let's see if they can make it 3 and 10.
Yeah, and those 2 third down conversions got them those touchdowns, or that touchdown. Not touchdowns yet. Kellen going to drop back, roll out of the pocket, has some room. He's going to take it himself, cuts through the gap over the middle. He might got it.
He did. Wow, Kellen Hosek using his legs again. Wow. He has the capability, but he didn't do it a ton last year. There was one game where he did it, and it was against Penn, and as our parlor donut replay shows, Kellen gets the big gain.
No, we've seen Kellen running a lot tonight, and it's been very good. He is missing Berta, but I mean he's just running himself, and then the running backs as well that have been rotating in have also added to the run game.
Yeah, great reads, great gaps. He's finding all of them. He has great field vision as Valpo gets the first down.
Valpo trying to capitalize on the momentum of a third down conversion.
Lovig in motion on that play. Kellen will drop back, go deep over the middle, right through his hands again.
So 2 pretty poor decisions from Kellen.
Aiden Witten on that one, goes right through his hands. 6 minutes left in the third. 2 potential interceptions here. He already has that one on that throw and punt.
On the arm punt earlier, but almost 2 on this drive. So that one, just a bad ball. The decision was dangerous, but there was a window. He just overthrew him a little bit, and it nearly ends in disaster again this drive. So 2nd and 10 coming for the Vikings.
I mean, it's first down, you're going deep, you're trying to get down the field, but it's really risky to do that, especially.
Last year, we'd be expecting to run this situation, but tonight, Valpo's been different, and timeout to the Vikings. They have to use their first of the half. I don't never want to use one this early in the third quarter, but Valpo's got to use it.
They got to talk it over. I think this is a big drive for them. You got to get down the field, you got to score a touchdown, and you also got to think of is you got to score that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, big moment for Valpo here. They need to discuss what the plan of attack is going to be. It's most likely going to be in the air, but Kellen's been running well tonight. We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah, the student section starting to get rocking here late in the third quarter. This game it's been a fast game. We haven't not really seen many long stoppages. This game's been rolling. We're already halfway through the third.
This game, not as many stoppages, especially if you compare it to last year where it felt like we were stopping every 3 minutes for a touchdown. This year's been a little bit different. It's a lot of been a completely different story than last year. For the most part, obviously, there's still the big play touchdowns out of Penn and the time of possession differential. But other than that, this game is almost very, very different from last year.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Kellen going to drop back to pass again. He finds a hole, and he's going to be taken down. All the gaps enclosed, and he
might.
3 Kingsmen combined for the tackle. It is not a sack. Kellen gained a singular yard, but gang tackling brings down the quarterback, and Valpo's faced with another long 3rd down.
Yeah, we see Jaden Jansma out there again getting those reps. Kellen Hosek, 3rd and 9, big play here. He's done it before, but he's gotta control his ball. He's been going deep all.
Yeah, Kellen looking to go long, and here's a big 3rd down for the Valparaiso Vikings.
3rd and 9. There's a flag on the play. Over the middle, tipped up, almost rallied, but this might be a holding on the offense, so it might not matter at all.
The intended target, Jimmy Parisi. Jimmy got up, was not very happy. Jane Jansma tried to corral the tip, but he was unable to. So Valpo's already moving back, so penalties decline.
It's going to be an illegal shift here.
Penalties decline. 4th down, punt incoming. Most likely. The offense is still on the field, but you're in your own territory.
It's very risky by Coach Marshall, but
you got a 1.5 to play,
Yeah,
but
they got time.
I was like, there is time, and the defense has gotten stops, so obviously just dangerous to go for it. They do not.
Granted, the stops have been kind of a little shaky due to the secondary,
Yeah,
but they've gotten the job done.
So Trevor Faudner comes back out in the field. Another punt for him, another opportunity.
He's had a fairly busy day today.
Allen took his time to get that one off. All the way to the 15, they're going to fair catch it. And
another good punt by Trevor Faudner. He's done a good job today. That leg's staying plenty warm, and he's using the warm leg to his advantage to deliver some good punts with Valpo.
What sucks is, other than that block kick, he's been great tonight. And the sad thing is that's probably all he will be thinking about is that block kick, even though he's been outstanding tonight for Valpo.
yeah, every single punt but one has been inside the 20, but that one that wasn't, it was all the way down at his own 30. So it's really hard to get that 90 yards on the field.
So another 80-yard plus drive coming for Penn. They start with poor field position again. This has kind of been the story. Valpo has done a great job, even though they're struggling offensively. The punt team has done a great job keeping and forcing long drives for Penn, but Penn has been able to take advantage with big plays.
Landon Holt and Colton Hernandez have really slowed it down after the big, enormous first half.
The Valpo defense shifting.
It's going to be a quick pass, 5 yards more, push back.
Anwar Banks makes the tackle on the little short 5-yard out route. Mason Blernecki is the one on the grab. And 5 yards for the Penn Kingsmen. 6 yards for the Penn Kingsmen, 2nd and 4 incoming.
2nd and 4. Holt hands it off up the middle. He's close to the first. Let's see how they roll it.
He got it.
They're moving the chains.
Penn now has 5 or 6 first downs, while Valpo has 12. So, I mean, Valpo's had the ball more. It's just the score says other. The score is just a different story. And this whole game has just been a completely different story than last year.
Very much different.
1st and 10 here, Holt. Most likely to go with the air on this play. I believe he's going to drop back. He sees a hole, gets that pass off on the jump.
Oh, got it out, split 2 defenders while getting hit. A very impressive play from the quarterback, Landon Hall, as he gets it to Blernecki again.
Yeah, let's take a look back at this one.
Poisel,
on the throw.
Poisel and Sam Thorgren combined for the tackle, but it gets 9, so very, very impressive play. Not the highlight of the night, but
yeah,
a very impressive first down play.
Landon Hall is one of these newly knighted Kingsmen that I commented on with Keys of the Game, and he's been looking pretty good for the Kingsmen.
2nd down here. It's going to be a run. He's going to get the first down past the 40. They're moving down the field fast.
Penn is adding on to their first downs now.
Cohen Wysong is the one who delivers the first down run. Valpo, the middle of the field's kind of been open tonight. That's where Penn's looking to run in. That's where the big plays in the pass have come. Obviously, they're getting the shorter ones on the outside, but the big plays have come over the middle of the field.
A little miscommunication on the snap here.
Plenty of time on the play clock, though.
Drops back, Holt looking over the middle. We've seen it before. Has a man down to the 25.
That's a dart from Hall. It was Anwar Banks in coverage. He makes the tackle, but a huge play by Jeremiah Mitchell over the middle of the field. Just an absolute dart, and they go all the way close to the 20-yard line. They're inside the 30, or out at the 29, excuse me, closer to the 30-yard line.
And here's where we said that Valpo was getting the stops, but it looked shaky. Now it's just falling apart.
And Penn was quick back to the line, tried to force somebody to jump off sides, but now they're getting the actual play call as they slow it down.
First down, it's going to be a handoff. Gets taken down fairly quick, but I feel like we haven't talked about Landon Holt and him just dotting passes over the middle all game. Gets it above the defender and right in front of his wide receiver's hands. He's been doing it all game.
Landon Hall's been very impressive tonight, and he's been a huge part of the success for the Penn Kingsmen. Obviously, the quarterback usually going to get a lot of the credit, but tonight he's done a great job doing exactly what you want to see out of the quarterback starting the first varsity game.
Second down. 2nd and 6, 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Time is ticking.
Big stop is necessary for Valpo.
Steps back to pass. Over the middle, beat him again. It's going to be a touchdown.
It's Jeremiah Mitchell right over the middle, and he beats Christian Lemons just on a deep post route. It's kind of a slant, just right over the middle. A little in and out move had Lemons gone, and Valpo's just opening the middle of this field. They're partnering like it's the Red Sea right now with Penn's ability to get the ball to the middle of the field.
Yeah, now it's back to a 2-score game. It's like right back in the second quarter. Valpo, they're struggling over the middle. The secondary, the inexperience is just getting so beat to where it's like it's getting bad out there.
They need to figure something out because this secondary is just not – it's just not working. It's not holding up, and it's causing them to be this far behind. Everything else has looked pretty okay for Valpo.
And the kick is good, 21-6. Even the defensive line, it's putting a lot of pressure on Holt for where he does have to roll out some plays and puts that pressure, but it's the secondary. And we saw it on when Holt had to roll out in the jump throw.
Yeah.
That just the secondary got broken up there.
It was my key to the game that Penn should attack this inexperienced secondary, and boy, have they done it. And you can kind of see where that inexperience is. The Christian Lemons and Anwar Banks forced to the middle with no safety help. So when you're forcing a guy to the middle with no safety help, he's wide open. You got to force him to the outside. You at least have the sideline to play with. But forcing him back towards the middle of the field when you don't have safety help is a recipe for disaster, especially when Landon Hall has put the ball on the money time and time again tonight.
Yeah, Valpo coming out here, third quarter, minute 52. You got it. I mean, you kind of got to score in this drive. It's starting to get out of reach here. 21-6. Time's cutting.
2 scores. It's an important drive. It's a must-score drive for Valpo, as it seems right now.
So the punt returners will remain the same. It's Parisi and Varnado.
So big drive coming for Valpo. We've talked about it. So obviously JQ Bernardo wanting to set him up big here.
Harris Stipp here on the kick.
Trying to pin Valpo back deep. Jimmy and Bernardo back. Parisi and Bernardo back deep. Want to get Valpo good field position.
It's a very good kick. Varnado's going to take it out. Has some room. Broken. Oh, gets taken down by his feet. He could have had it.
And guess who it is? It's Colton Hernandez. Another important play. Now, this wouldn't have ended up in a touchdown. There was 2 guys deep, but the shoestring tackle saves about another 15 yards on the kickoff return. So
yeah, very good rebound, Bernardo.
Great play by Penn to go ahead and stop possible just another 10-ish yards or so.
Yeah, instead of Valpo starting past the 30, they're starting inside the 20. So good job from Hernandez on the tackle.
Now let's see if Valpo just keeps staying in the air, if they try and do something else.
Well, you're running out of time now, so if there was ever a time to pass, it would be this time.
Motion by Parisi. Does the little wraparound. Gives it to Finley. Or no. A very big tackle. Gives it to Bernard. That was a little trick play right there.
Misdirection gets him a good 7 yards. So a good play, a positive first down play. They've ran that motion a lot with the jet sweep to Parisi, and then he gives it back to Bernard. So it's a counter to what they've been running all night, and it works. So good play call by Marshall to get the drive started.
And also the fake by Finley, who also runs out there acting like carrying the ball. Got me on that. So 2nd and 4. Let's see what Valpo does here. Kellen. He's going to have a little screen pass to Parisi, who's going to cut inside, but he's going to get taken down. Kingsman just surround him.
Spin move, so he got maybe a yard, but a lot of Kingsmen there meet him off the spin move, so he's not able to get the full first. Oh, he was able to spin for the first down.
Wow. I didn't see it from up here. It was
move.
Very weird
was
angle.
able to fight through the tackles, so good play from Jimmy Parisi.
It's very good football.
First down for Valpo to the 7 or 8 for Penn.
Well, we're down to under a minute here in Valpo. If they do score this drive, you also got to think they still have to go for 2 to also get that loss on that blocked field goal. Kellen, he's going to take it himself, a design QB draw, but he's only going to get about 3 or 4 yards here.
Only about 3 yards, so a solid gain, but obviously Valpo, the goal is 4. You always want to get at least 4 on that first play, but obviously not the worst play. Valpo's been pretty good at avoiding losses tonight. There hasn't been a lot of tackles for loss for either side, so that's been a positive for both offenses tonight.
4 seconds left to see what Valpo does if they're going to go. They do. They run a playoff before the clock, and he's going to get taken down immediately.
It gets blown up. It's Wrigley Hull, the linebacker, the senior, making the tackle, blows this one up, and that's going to end the third quarter with Penn up 15 points.
21-6 as we will head to the fourth quarter. Only 1 touchdown in the third, and it's Penn off of an explosive drive. We've seen it all night. They've been crazy on offense, but let's see if their defense can stop Valpo here. We will be back in a minute.
What does life at college really look like? That depends on
Club kids become our
What does life at college really look like? That depends on where you look. At Vincennes University, there's plenty to see, including your dream career with more than 180 fields to choose from. You'll see smaller-sized classes and hands-on learning, industry partnerships to grow your connections, and spectacular living and learning communities you're sure to love. And there's always something to do on the 200-acre campus thriving with student clubs. You'll also discover the value of a VU degree. Check us out at vinu.edu.
Boys and Girls Club get kids future.
Welcome back to Viking Field for the start of the fourth quarter. We have another sideline report. To start the fourth quarter, we have another sideline report.
And just scored their 3rd touchdown. It looks like they might win. Don't count Valpo out, though, because their student section has been fired up this whole game, and hopefully they can feel their energy through them. Going back to you.
Thank you, Alyssa. And to start this fourth quarter,
And Matteo Machici.
that falls incomplete, so that's going to set up a 4th down. What is Valpo going to do?
Yeah, Matteo Machici's the intended target on a little tight end loop route. Kind of looked like the routes they ran for Gage Finley tonight, and he looked like he could have got near first down, but
here comes the punt team.
He wasn't able to catch it, and the Valpo punt team will come on with 15 seconds to set up and just killer to start the fourth quarter with a punt and give the ball back to Penn.
And the punt, it's up. It's going to be out of bounds, I believe. That's really demoralizing, as some fans might be leaving the stadium after that. 21-6, fourth quarter. Other team has the ball. It's not looking good for Valpo.
It's not over yet. We have seen miraculous comebacks before in this booth. Valpo came back from a 21-point deficit against Andrean last year, so do not count them out, as Alyssa said. But Penn is a little bit different than Andrean. And this is a good Penn football team, and they're trying to put the dagger in this game with a touchdown drive right here.
Also, this Valpo team is also very different, a lot less experience, and that last team that we saw last year was very resilient. They never backed down, so let's see if this Valpo team can keep going what the team last year did. So 1st and 10 on the 34. We have motion. Holt is going to hand it off. And that's going to go nowhere, taken back far.
Good start for the Valpo defense. They blow this one up. And once again, it's a lot of Vikings here for the tackle.
I mean, the linebackers, defensive ends have not been the problem for this Valpo defense. It's just been the secondary. So this play makes sense for it to be stopped.
Yeah, I mean, the front seven has been very good tonight. That's the experience of this defense. It's just been the inexperience of the cornerbacks that have really hurt them tonight.
Yeah, something needs to be changed from that.
Here we go. Holt is going to step back. Looking to throw. He finds a gap, but gets hit on the throw. It's going to be swatted.
And there's a good play from all accounts of the defense. The coverage stays strong. J.Q. Bernardo breaks this one up, and they put pressure on the quarterback. So all facets of the defense are good, and it's 3rd and long. So can Valpo get that 3rd down stop? Interesting to see if they go press coverage, and interesting to see how the corners play this down.
Yeah, I didn't see who really stepped up there, but that was a great read by the defensive back to come in and swarm the quarterback, so he could not get like a 5 or 6 yard gain on that. So it's going to be 3rd and 11 now. We've seen it before on 3rd down. Penn has had some magic tonight. Holt's going to step back to throw. On the right side, it will be caught, but not enough for the first, so let's see what they do on 4th down.
They ran a great route combination on the left side. They would have had a wide open touchdown, but instead they end up short on 4th down. Here comes the punt crew, playing it safe, trying to pin Valpo back deep, and obviously that's the smart thing to do. Valpo's not really shown that they're going to score if you give it to them deep, so I would force them to show me, I would, if I was Penn's coach, I'd force them to show me that they can score on a long, methodical drive that they've only been able to do once tonight.
Yeah, Valpo with a good 3 and out there. That's great for the momentum. Took only 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes off the clock. 10:38 remaining. You know, it's never too early to rule out the fake punt right here. We've seen it a couple last year. So let's see what Penn does. This would be really interesting.
You want to talk about a dagger, that would be it.
That would be, oof.
If it was converted.
A low snap and a flag. Uh-oh. This could be bad for Valpo.
And it's caught by Jimmy Precy. He goes down, so interesting to see the call here.
If this is on Valpo, it's going to be a 1st down.
It will be. But
We're talking over. We'll have to see. This could be a big moment in the 4th quarter here and of the game.
They're talking it out. I've seen a couple points.
Jennings, can you hear me?
We're waiting for the call here.
Can we get a replay on this after? Maybe get a replay to see what went down on this play to cause a flag to be thrown.
And they're talking over it a lot.
So all of the asking has been towards the Valpo sideline. So you'd assume this one is on Penn.
Let's see what White Hat has to say.
It's the head referee for this game.
Talking with the players or other refs, it seems.
He's talking to his.
It's gonna be a fault. It's gonna be on Penn. So all that talk, pointing at the Valpo, it's gonna be on Penn, and Valpo's gonna keep this ball. If that was on Valpo, that would have been a 1st down for Penn.
That would have been a heartbreaker. Obviously, as Jimmy Precy goes down with it.
That's smart play
catch.
too.
Yeah, doesn't want to risk the fumble, but they also get to start at the 39-yard line. They get a little boost in field position, so they only got to go 69 yards here for the Valparaiso Vikings.
10-11 remaining in this ball game. We have not seen much of this Valpo offense this 2nd half. Let's see if they can put a drive together right now.
It's got to be a quick one.
Parisi in motion. Kellen's going to drop back to pass. Right side has a little out route. What a catch! That's Jaden Jansma.
Playing wide receiver. He's an athletic kid, and he shows the athleticism on this one. Go up and get one, kid. Jaden Jansma with a great grab, and he gets a Valpo first down.
Yeah, when I saw him, I was doing photography. I saw this dude do a full backflip and pad. So this man, he can do a lot.
Yeah. Showing the vertical ability. He's a high jumper for the Valparaiso track team, and he's showing that high jump capability here to make the first down grab.
It's great momentum already at the 50. Another first down. Still 9:45 remaining in this game.
Yeah, Valpo still needs 2 good drives.
Kellen over the middle. That's a good little 5 yards, but keeps going.
Good little move by Bernard, so he'll be marked about a yard short. But Valpo's moving the ball, and it's through the air, so that makes it quicker. Once again, they still have to go fast, even if they score. They got to go fast. Parler bringing us this replay. Kellen had 2 options wide open, but he goes to the one that probably would have ended up getting more yards. And San Bernard gets 9.
Yeah, all this momentum and movement in the offense, there's still that looming question is they got to convert that 2-point conversion. So 2nd down and 1, movement again by Parisi. He's filling that role of Juju Stokes with all the motion. Parisi open on the right side, a stumble by one of the Penn players.
But Parisi hangs on to it. He stumbled too, but he brings it in. And a huge play for the Valpo offense.
Take a look back, Marique Wilson had a play on it, but stumbles that Valpo turf.
And obviously it's the first week for Valpo, so this is, as we've talked about, an inexperienced group of all playing together, so we've probably been a little bit harsh, but they've struggled tonight. But obviously you can see the flashes of what they can be if they put these flashes together.
Parisi and Kellen do have kind of the most experience amongst this entire offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Due to Jimmy having some playing time last year.
Kellen, it's going to go to Jansma over the top. The one hand, is it picked?
It was intercepted. I can't believe this wasn't pass interference.
That is crazy.
To me, it looked like 2 hands in the back. Kellen goes and gives it to his most athletic guy to make a play. I'd love to see. We're going to get a replay here. This looked like 2 hands pushed in the back. It wasn't. And it's the guy who's done it all night long, Colden Hernandez, with what feels like an early dagger.
The problem, that just can't happen there.
I just felt a gasp in the stadium. That's all I heard.
That's coming off of a great play by Jimmy Parisi, and then you just go ahead and just literally throw away your chance of scoring.
That's your backbreaker. That's Kellen Hosek's 2nd pick of the night, and that's just rough.
This is the design. You give it up to your most athletic guy, and the guy who's been doing it all night makes the big play. Again.
Holt's going to hand it off, get about 4 yards, and the stadium went quiet after that.
There was a gasp of and then dead silence after the interception. Viking Stadium clearly upset with the outcome, obviously.
Just an unfortunate misfire from Kellen there.
With such a great drive forming, 8 minutes remain, and the possibility of comeback is shortening. Motion here.
Penn going to want to run off the clock on this drive.
A little jet sweep, but can't get anything.
That's how to do it. Valpo defense staying alive right now. Obviously, It hasn't been the best game this defense has played, but for the first game together, as we've talked about, obviously the secondary struggled, but even then, it's really just been plays. This defense has put together a pretty good game, and for how much they've been on the field, they have done a very good job.
The front 7 just have been very consistent tonight. It's just been the secondary.
Getting loud again, what feels like the last chance. Valpo's got to get a stop here if they want to hang on in this one.
Valpo still has 2 timeouts. Penn has all 3.
It'll be interesting to see if Penn throws it. That would end up stopping the clock.
Be very risky, too.
And a different quarterback is in right now. Austin Schmidt, number 12, was in the backfield in that play for Penn. So the clock stops. We got 7 minutes and 8 seconds left. New quarterback in, 3rd and 6. And probably the most important play of the game is right here.
Yeah, did we see who called timeout on that? I didn't really get to see.
I think it was Penn. They're trying to, they want to figure out how they can convert this first down.
Wow. Andrean is getting blown out right now, which 34.
But it's to Maryville. So obviously we will be covering the Maryville-Valpo game on October 3rd, and Maryville is blowing out Andrean. So
that's also homecoming night.
It is homecoming night.
Let's hope Valpo gets the win on homecoming night for all their students. Oh, as we come back, 3rd and 5, Valpo's got to get a stop here.
Obviously, this front 7 trying to make a play again. It'll be interesting to see how Penn handles this, if they really want to throw it.
D-line's got to put pressure on this. It's going to roll out. Get pressure. He's going to get taken down.
And guess who it is? It's the front 7. They've done it all night long. Lucas Peterson's the one who gets home. He makes a huge play for the Valpo defense. They force another punt, and Penn's going to punt it from their own.
See, Johnny,
Penn's going to punt it from their own 10-yard line.
If Penn's going to make a passing play there, why don't they have their quarterback that's been in the whole game? Why go to this different guy that has had 0 snaps all night?
And it's got to be a throwaway there.
Lucas Peterson gets the credit for that. He has been a monster all night. The punt. It's muffled. He's going to get it's blocked. Oh, my God. And Valpo is going to get a touchdown off the block. Are you kidding me?
It's Evan Courtney blocks the fumbled punt, and he scores. So Valpo, interesting to see if they go for 2 or kick this one. But Valpo right back in it with the snap of a finger.
Oh, my God.
They need to go for 2 at some point. Do they do it now?
I go for 1 here because if you don't get it, got to go for 1 here. Faulkner's on. Penn's trying to block this kick, the second block kick of the night. The Valpo turf monster might have acted up again.
If this is blocked, the stadium's sound is going to shut off.
It's up and Faulkner. It's good. 21-13.
It's a 1-score game. Evan Courtney, get back in this one. My goodness.
What a great block.
And he gets on top of it. How about game-changing play from Evan Courtney to save this one?
Gets the hands up, gets the block. He doesn't. The good thing is he didn't go for the kicker. He went for the ball there.
So now Valpo, if they do get another touchdown, they will need to be able to convert the 2.
Yeah, that was a great block. That replay was brought to you by Parlor Donuts in the morning. You may need a donut for this finish.
So yeah, now Penn, they got to rethink a lot. Obviously, they were just going for the dagger drive, and now it's not completely over, as Trevor Faulkner just made the PAT. He's going to come on, try to pin Penn deep, and this game just got a lot more interesting.
6 minutes
with
and
6 minutes to go.
Let's see what can happen.
Both teams 2 timeouts. If Faulkner can get this kick in the 20, and Valpo gets a 3 and out, this is going to be a really good game.
Trevor's done it all night except that block kick, but that's not really much he can do there. He's done everything he could tonight with what he's been given.
Yeah, back to what you were saying about that block kick. That's definitely, the blocked extra point was definitely like a very big game changer, because now you still got to go for 2 the next drive if you do get a touchdown.
But you can't really, it's hard to blame anyone there. It's hard, or it's at least for Trevor, but I feel like he's going to be taking he's going to think it was going to be on him. But
well, Valpo, it felt like they were down to their last chance, but they're right back in it.
Great kick around the 7. He's going to get a gap. Faulkner's got to make the tackle. He can't, but he's going to get out of bounds all the way up to the 48. Great job by Faulkner to get back in the play after kicking it.
Every time something bad happens to Penn, Colton Hernandez is right there to save him. How about the night he's had? Another huge kick return for him, and he gets him all the way out to the 48. A huge return for...
Yeah, look at Faulkner come down from the right side of the field. Sees it breaking open.
But just misses, and then Jakey Bernardo makes the tackle.
Saw it kind of going for the strip there. Almost got the strip tackle there.
49-yard line coming for the Penn offense. So the front 7 of Valpo in the secondary got to work together for another good drive. Defensive drive. This is to get the ball back to their offense.
This is a big time for both teams to decide the winner of this game.
Nice snap. It's going to be a quarterback run and gets taken down. He gets flattened.
And Hall's back into this game, by the way, as well.
Sam Thorgren, Cam Asbell, and another guy combining for this one. Valpo, this front seven has combined all night, worked together so well. Reese Baylong, the other name, he's going to get the one credited with the tackle. An impressive play from the Valpo front seven.
Yeah, Landon Halt's been getting beat up all night here, especially with this pressure from the D-line. Guys like Lucas Peterson, Cameron Asbell have all been coming in and all been converging on this, especially on the quarterback runs. It's going to be a handoff.
They run it and it goes nowhere.
It's going to go backwards,
perfectly.
actually.
Brody Wheeler, the captain of this team, as we hit 5.5 minutes, makes a huge tackle, and it's a tackle for loss. So they go backwards.
Big stop by Valpo there.
You got to think Penn is – sorry, Devin. You got to think Penn is not going in the air with this. That's going to be very risky.
They tried to last time. It ended up in a sack. So this is going to be a run. Just get as much as you can and punt this one back.
You also got to think their running game has been awesome all game. If they break a gap here, say bye-bye to Valpo. 4:50 remains. They're going deep.
They're going in the air.
It's going to be off the hand. Holt is mad at the receiver off the hand.
It's
a little high.
It's kind of surprising there, but at the same time, this secondary for Valpo has been very exploitable.
Valpo catches a big break with that. He was open. If he had that, might have been ball game.
Brock Donat, the one on the receiving end of the pass, but he's not able to bring it in. And Penn's got a punt again, and the secondary comes up with the stop here. Valpo has a chance with 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go.
It's getting good here at Viking Stadium. If you haven't already, tune in. It's going to be a photo finish.
This game could be
There's a
decided
flag
by
on the
kick.
punt again. Parisi's going to catch it. He's going to take it out. He has some room. Gets all the way up. Still breaking tackles. Breaks another one to the 40, to the 50. Still going with the flag, though.
A huge return from Jimmy Parisi. There is a flag down early. It'll be interesting to see what the call is. It doesn't make it a first down. It would just be a re-punt. But obviously, Penn would want to punt this one again if it is on Valpo. They don't want that return to be the same.
Yeah, they're pointing to Penn. It's going to be definitely Penn.
This is huge for Valpo, but the only problem is they still need to go for the 2. So even if they get this touchdown, Penn knows they need to go for the 2, and Valpo has to go for the 2 pretty much. So yes, you might get touchdown, but it doesn't mean anything due to the block kick. But at the same time, this game was opened back for Valpo due to Penn's kicker as well.
What we thought would be on Penn, they're still talking over.
We'll get a replay here as the confusion continues. Obviously, Jim Parisi looked like he's going down, spins out of 3 tackles, cuts it up the sideline, makes a huge play.
It's going to be on Penn. It's going to move Valpo forward more.
Oh, yeah. It will give him 5 extra yards.
Jimmy Parisi has
the return.
Very good tonight for this Valpo team.
4:30 for some magic to happen. The fans want it, the student section, and Kellen wants to redeem himself after 2 picks.
It's senior night, 4.5 minutes left. The senior at quarterback, a fully senior-led offensive line for Valpo.
A flag. Oh, never mind.
Will we get a run? Will we see the Philly special brought out by this Valpo team again?
I remember
we'll
that
find out
yesterday.
down this stretch. 4.5 minutes left for the Valparaiso Vikings.
Valpo first needs to get into and score first before we start considering Philly specials, Johnny.
Kellen Osek to drop back. Over the middle, has a man open. A little honor throw, but bobbles out.
And another one that hits the hands of receiver, but still it's just not the best ball from Kellen. A little bit behind Parisi. This is a hard ball to come back and get.
Yeah, that's
they
very
do
hard.
avoid the interception, though. But as we'll get on the replay here, just a little bit behind Parisi, gets 2 hands on it, but this is a hard ball to catch at that angle, and you know the guy's coming behind you. But nearly the 3rd interception of the night.
Yeah, it's a really tough play to stop your momentum, turn around, especially as Parisi did a spin. That is very hard to do.
2nd and 10.
You see Valpo trying to air it out here, 4.5 remaining. I think they are trying to set up for if they do miss the 2-point conversion and get a touchdown to have some time left. Kellen Osek's going to drop back, a slow snap. He's going to take it himself up the field.
And he pushed forward. It'll be really interesting to see the marking on this one. Right now, it looks like he's a yard short.
When Kellen has had to leave the pocket, he has been great at it. He has been able to escape and get positive yardage for this Vikings team.
Yeah, the Penn coaching staff is going to have nightmares about Kellen's rushing ability, even though they didn't lose last year. But Kellen has shown off the leg talent a lot in these two games versus Penn in his career.
Yeah, we've seen it every bad snap. Kellen has regrouped, regained, looked downfield, find gaps. Great field vision for him. 3rd and 1. Big play for Valpo, 3:47. They're going to give it to Kellen. They gave him the opportunity, and he took it.
It's a read option, and he makes the right choice. I'd love to get a replay to talk through it. He has the option to give this one to Gage Finley. He doesn't, as the defensive end from Penn collapses on Gage, and then Kellen kept himself for the first down.
Kellen's been awesome tonight with his legs and has made a couple of passes when it matters. So now it is time to see what he can keep doing to finish out
Can
this
the
drive.
senior save senior night for the Valparaiso Vikings?
3:30, 1st and 10. We saw Finley come out. Danzy. We have trips up top. Motion by Parisi. They're going to give it. Bad throw.
It was a forward pass, so it is not a fumble, but it is an incomplete pass. And another miscommunication between Parisi and Kellen. Not completely on the same page tonight, even though they have the most experience of this group. But it's not a drive killer. It's not a turnover. Just a little misfire. But they still got 3 more downs to work with in 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining.
Sadly, we have seen those misfires from Kellen, couple the interceptions, and then now that little just not giving it enough.
Still 2 timeouts for both teams. We see trips up top again. 2nd and 10. 3:10 remaining. Pressure. Kellen running back, breaking through, falls down. That is a huge loss.
Yeah,
he tripped up.
The offensive line that's been so solid tonight just gets blown up on one of the more important plays of the night. And Valpo is looking at
desperate.
Penn's crowd, though, is ecstatic after that play.
It's a 3rd and 29.
As they should be. Now Kellen has to make a great throw, probably the best throw of the night, if they want any chance to score in this drive.
3rd and 19. No, 3rd and 29.
Yikes.
Kellen dropping back, pressure again. He might get taken down. Throws it.
What happened to this O-line?
The defensive coordinator from Penn bringing all-out pressure in the 2 most important plays of the day. The Valpo offensive line not ready for it, and
they're bringing out the
punt team comes out with 2 minutes to go.
They have to bring out the punt team. They're so back. There's no other choice, but it is just, it's bad.
The offensive line has been so sturdy. This group of seniors have been so sturdy all night, and 2 huge breakthroughs by the Penn defensive front 7. So Trevor's trying to pin him deep.
Kingsmen defense just able to break through. This O-line has been a pretty good at protecting Kellen tonight, but just couldn't do it when it mattered most.
If you can pin him in the 5 here, it's going to be a very interesting game. Faudner kicks it.
Going out of bounds.
Around the 15-yard line.
So not as deep as you wanted. It's still pretty deep. You got 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. So Valpo, it'll be interesting to see how they use those 2 timeouts, if they save it for after the 2-minute warning, or if they get a stop here, they immediately burn it. Marshall's got to make some very important coaching decisions, and down 8.
I mean, we know he can. He's won 69 games.
Yeah, obviously a great coach, but every game is difficult.
And Penn, this is, I believe, his 2nd year, their head coach, so it is kind of a more Valpo has the more experienced head coach, but so we'll just have to see what happens.
2:11 remaining, 1st and 10. The ball is placed on the 17-yard line.
It'd be shocking if Penn decided to throw it here.
Going to be a handoff like we expected. Gets about 2 yards.
But
Second and 8.
This 7.
And Marshall uses the timeout. So he has a timeout and a 2-minute warning left. So a lot relies on this next play.
I mean, everyone's got to put their trust into Marshall here managing this clock right now, and I feel like he's going to be able to.
And also, as you talked about earlier in the first half when the time was running down, the clock does not keep going until the ball is set and everyone's ready. So,
but Penn's not going to use that. They're not going to take advantage of that. They're going to let the ball get set and still take time off the clock. It'll be big for Valpo because they're going to be out of timeouts most likely if they manage to get the ball back. They'll be out of timeout, so they'll have to use that. But Penn is trying to get to that point where they can still run off clock regardless.
Yeah, now's the time to figure out the offensive strategy if they can get back onto the field while this defense tries to lock it down to give the offense a chance to go ahead and tie this game.
Yeah, any first down here is probably going to ice this game most likely. Just depends on how the clock runs. We'll see, though. 2nd and 8. 2:06 remain. Valpo down 8.
The Valpo cheerleading team's still in it, hoping their team can walk away with a win on senior night. Second and 8. Another big play. Motion from Penn.
Defense just has to stop big plays here.
Up the middle, close to the first down. He'll get it. Oh, it's out.
Wait, what?
I think it's Valpo ball.
The ball
It's a fumble.
What?
Oh my goodness, they're going crazy on the sideline.
That's
the ball
huge.
came out at the end. No one saw it.
I need a replay on this
we
one
gotta
because
see
I
pick
thought he
that
was
up.
down. I didn't see it.
I thought I don't know what he
The
I thought he
student
was
section's
holding.
shocked. They don't even know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on. I didn't see it.
I just
But
saw
the
a guy
ball is
come up
out.
with the ball.
Valpo's on offense.
I saw at the very end, everyone was like wondering. It was like very slow to get up, and the ball came out.
They had the first down too.
This is a brand new game, guys.
And a 2-minute warning should be on. And Enter Sandman plays for the closing of this game.
I don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
One timeout for Valpo. I guess they ruled out the 2-minute warning. So
Kellen now has a chance.
Trips up top, minute 57 on the
Great.
32.
This is a great chance.
Kellen drops back, a good out route. Who drops it? Oh, the awes in the stadium.
That you can't do that.
Jerry Precy tried to look ahead, didn't see it all the way into the hands, and it's a killer drop.
In this,
that would have
right there, turns early, hits him on the shoulder. Incompletion.
This scenario, that can't happen. Like
Here's the mistakes. It's game one, obviously. They have, and it's not a DAC game. So as far as regular season is concerned, it's not the most important game. It's game one, but
at the same time,
this is still a game. Obviously, Valpo wants to win on senior night.
2nd and 10. Kellen gonna drop back again with pressure, going deep left side.
Jimmy.
Parisi to redeem himself.
I didn't see where it landed. I don't know if he got hands on it. It seems more of an overthrow from Kellen. Out of bounds, and it's 3rd and 10.
It's just coming back. The Valpo defense made a great play, and then Valpo just goes ahead and makes a very costly mistake.
Regardless of what happens, Valpo's going to have to go for it. So they still have 2 downs to work with. It's not just one.
Valpo is 4 and 14 on 3rd down, and 1 and 3 on 4th down.
3rd and 10. I think you go with the 5-yard out route here. Get some yards here. Let's see.
Spread wide, 2 on each side, 1 in the backfield. 5-man front from Penn. They bring 5.
Kellen pressure, has to roll out. It's caught.
Wow.
Great play.
That's Chase Lovick.
Chase Lovick, this is
a legacy game right now.
An immense amount of focus to bring a deflected ball in like that. Kellen, foot dragging on the line of scrimmage. Valpo's already up to the line.
Chase
they spike it.
The biggest catches of the night. He had one earlier for about 30 yards, and then that play is just saving this game. Chase, even though has not been in most of this plays, he's been in the big ones.
Very tricky read here. Is Kellen going to roll out like we saw, get like 8 yards, attempt a 4th down? No, he goes all in.
We have the replay. So Kellen gets really close to the line of scrimmage, doesn't go over, Oh, he just caught it on his head. I thought it was deflected.
That was over the
Go up and catch one.
Chase.
Reminiscent of what happened in last year's game.
Chase might be trying to get into that wide receiver 3 spot coming next week with these great plays we're seeing.
Hosek. 2nd and 10, rolls out, pressure. He might get taken down. He's gonna throw it. They want intentional grounding.
He has to be outside of the.
Yeah,
Outside
the
of the
entire
tackle box,
sideline,
so.
though, jumping up and down, wanting that.
Obviously, they want that because you lose
15 yards.
You lose the down too, so
3rd and 10. We saw it last time.
Big
2nd and
moment.
10. Oh, no, you're right, 3rd and 10. They spiked it on 1st down.
Yeah.
But they can still get a 1st down and not score, so.
This is big.
Once again, they still have 2 more plays to work with.
Did they go to Chase here?
Here we go.
Or
Got to
someone
get up to the
else
2 for
play
the
hero
first.
ball?
12 yards for a touchdown. Kellen pressured, has to roll out, he falls.
The ball's out!
The ball is out. And Penn will pick it up. This
That
might be it.
Happened.
Wow. Kellen slips up. Everyone was slipping up today, but clearly this one impacted the most. A fumble.
What happened to this O-line? It was great all night, and then it just turned into 24 Bears O-line in the last couple plays.
Well, Penn had really brought a lot of 4-man rush early on in this game, and then in these last couple drives, they bring up the pressure a lot, bringing more 5-man and 6-man packages. Valpo's offensive line, who hadn't seen it all night, isn't ready for it, and it ends up being killer on the final drive. Valpo only has 1 chance to stop the clock.
That just can't happen. You need to give Kellen a chance to make a play, and they didn't. They did not give Kellen a chance.
All hope lost here in Valpo. Kellen struggling today. We talked about it earlier, pregame. Last season, to start the season, Kellen kind of struggled. The picks were up, the fumbles up. So we might see this early Kellen, and then once later in the season, he's going to evolve. He's going to.
And now I think the ball probably just hit the ground before he did and popped free. So.
All right, Penn, let's see.
Penn, even with, since Valpo has 1 timeout, Penn cannot just completely run out the clock with 1:20 left. They just took a delay of game, not burning one of their 2 timeouts. They took the delay of game back 5, so it'll be 1st and 15.
I don't know. If we see a missed snap this game.
I thought they were just going to burn the timeout because they don't really need it, but they decide. Oh, they are kneeling it. So they must have. Oh, there's 40 seconds. So Valpo will use their final timeout, but I was incorrect. There's not enough time on the play clock, and Marshall doesn't use his timeout. So the next kneel will be under the 40-second mark, which will do it for week 1.
Is just what happened there at the end just can't happen. And it started with the Jimmy Parisi just little turn there, just a little too soon, and then the O-line breaking through. But now Penn, I mean, give credit to Penn, though. They're just breaking through this O-line, caused so much pressure for Kellen. And as you said, that was your key to the game, was cause pressure to Kellen.
They're going to kneel it again. 3rd and 15.
No, Valpo only has 1, but they have 2 downs, so that'll do it.
Penn walks in Valpo, beats them 21-13 after a rough offensive start for Kellen.
In the whole offense, so Valpo comes up short on senior night.
Devastating loss for Valpo. Awesome win for Penn to come here at Valpo, knock them off.
Play spoiler on senior night as they win by 8, 21-13, a complete opposite of what happened last year in the meeting between these 2 teams.
Marshall's 70th win will have to wait, and now Valpo, I believe, falls to 4-6 under Marshall's head of command against Penn.
Valpo starts 0-1 next week. They're going to go to Brother Rice, and then the week after that they go to it's on my sheet. They go to LaPorte. So Valpo trying to get back in the win column to start this season. Penn takes the win. Devastating loss. The fans were really into it. The fumble.
They fought hard.
They did
all
fight
the way up until the end, and then the 2 fumbles for both teams end up being the story of the game, and some killer mistakes on Valpo's side. too much to recover from.
Penn will be going to play against Mishawaka next week, and then we'll play South Bend Riley.
Yeah.
Very good game by.
Will not see us for 3 weeks,
Yeah.
as we should be on for the Valparaiso versus Michigan City game.
You can't see us for radio. We will be.
We have
full schedule next
we
week.
have some radio shows on PC3 Media's YouTube channel, which is where you're watching this game. All three of us on Monday have our baseball show, Towing the Rubber, where we talk about the Cubs a lot and complain about the Cubs a lot. But obviously tonight, that is not the story. A devastating loss on senior night for the Valparaiso Vikings. Fought hard until the end, just came up one stumble after another, kind of leads to this one. Penn plays hard, and a couple of big plays for them are the story for them.
Yeah, great pressure at the very end. Linebackers like Wrigley Hole, Mason Bernecki, like all of them, they just converged in. You also had guys,
Landon Hall, their quarterback,
Hall.
was very good. He's only a junior as well, so if he stays with Penn next year, they can be very good, while Valpo is going to have to be finding a new QB.
You had Vincent Freeman, very great defensively. He was a dog, and he stepped up when the time was needed. We talked about that Vincent Freeman had to step up. They needed a guy that had to step up for this defense to get going, and clearly it did. Very hype at the end of the game, especially on the forced fumble by Kellen. We see Coach Marshall talking. It's a devastating loss. It's tough for the seniors, but there's always the next week, and they got to forget about this one.
And it's not the end-all, be-all. Obviously, they still have DAC games. They want to win that conference, and then after you win the conference, focus on the sectional. So not the end of the world, obviously, just a game Valpo wanted to win. Marshall, I can definitely, in the back of his head, wanted to get that 70th win. But a big part of him not getting that was Colton Hernandez, our PC3 Media player of the game, as he was just phenomenal tonight. 2 interceptions on the defensive side of the ball and a 70-yard touchdown on offense. So impactful, and a 40-yard kick return. So Colton Hernandez was definitely Penn's most impactful player tonight. Obviously, they had a lot of guys step up, but Colton Hernandez probably brought them the most memorable moments from tonight's game.
Yeah, the key moment for Valpo is the inexperience from the secondary. That's the main reason why they did not come out winning this game. The secondary got burnt. Almost half the game, it was really rough to watch, as they just kept going out in coverage, man coverage, especially on 3rd down and 10. You got to make adjustments. You got to see the mistakes. And
they have a. Obviously, it's not only that, the offense definitely struggled, and it's hard to play. A corner and safety is the hardest. Cornerback's the hardest position to play in maybe all of sports. It is so hard to go guard a guy one-on-one. It is a very hard position to play on the field, and having that inexperience there, it's one of the hardest positions to play in all of sports. It's very difficult, and these guys are the most experienced at it. They lose a couple of them, but they got better as the game went on. But obviously it's very hard when you're on the field all the time, too. It's not helpful. The Valpo offense didn't really help the defense out tonight as much as the defense helped the offense out.
Yeah, the secondary for Valpo is my main takeaway. Yeah, the offense did have that kind of collapse at the end, the O-line, the wide receiver, but the secondary just kind of let Penn get to this big lead, and then Valpo was always having to play catch-up this whole game. It was just constantly Valpo having to come back throughout this game. They never had a lead, so we'll just have to see. They'll play Brother Rice next week.
It's a very tough game right there. You got to go to their home stadium. Got to pull out the win, so.
So we'll have
and
to
we are
see.
going to go to Gianna down, sideline report.
Wraps up tonight's game with a big win from Penn. Coach Marshall had a pretty serious talk with the team, and it's just growing pains, but they'll come back better for the next game that they have. So thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Gianna.
Back to you.
Anything,
She's right,
Johnny?
it's growing pains. Valpo's going to grow. Penn obviously happy about their win. Thank you to all of our crew, and Devin, obviously, great job tonight, guys, but thank you to all of our cameramen and women and everybody involved with our production from PC3 Media.
I'm Brody Kosiera.
I'm Johnny Clumpy.
I'm Devin Olsman.
Thank you.